to the Voices of Reality. I'm Farah and
Elisa.
So we'll be talking about Housewives of Atlanta today, getting into all the juicy topics and the tea. So like, comment, and subscribe. We're getting a lot of viewership, but we need you to subscribe, like, and comment, and we'll keep the videos going.
Yes.
So let's get into it. The first scene, when Kenya and Marlo were talking about doing something nice for Sheree. I thought that was really nice. I was more surprised that I was seeing this side of Marlo, like, oh, okay, but we'll talk later on about Marlo. But I saw her actually doing something nice for Sheree. And I was like, wow, these two have coming together to do something nice for Sheree. So I thought it was nice.
I thought it was a nice gesture too. That is something I would have done too as an Aquarius. Oh, do you see my Aquarius shirt for Marlo and Kenya? I just wanted to make note of this. As I always say, like, we think alike, but I would have did that too. And I definitely can appreciate that. I really do see the softer side to Marlo and Kenya. And I do think that was a nice gesture.
I thought it was really nice. And then the next scene is Sheree talking to her daughter in her room about Tyrone. You better call Tyrone. Call him. She better not. She better not call Tyrone. Lord, jeez. How embarrassing is that? On national TV, this man humiliated you. Then you talk, and then, you're setting a bad example for your daughter. Her daughter looks like she has more sense than Sheree. But when I thought about it, she did mention, she invests a lot in this relationship. She loved this man. She's trying to fall in love. She want to be in love. She want to get married. But he embarrassed her and played her big time.
I just think she ignored. She ignored a lot of red flags, I think. I think a lot of women do that based on, like, people that I know. I just feel like a lot of people ignore red flags. Like, okay, he was in jail, in federal prison for scamming. I don't know what that means.
Let's stop now. You could be a good person.
Scamming?
And do something that's not...
Convicted of scamming?
Oh, okay, well. All right, scamming. Okay, I don't know what he went to jail for, but you say he was scamming people.
Yes, Nene said that before. They got into a little argument because she knew Tyrone from past history. And you remember the part where
Sheree's taste in men is confusing, but if she has found love in a prison bae, I am all the way here for her.
Why were you so surprised about Sheree dating him?
I met him before she did.
What was he doing when you met him?
He's a con artist.
Did he con you?
Absolutely not. I'm too smart for that.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, Nene been disclosed.
So he wasn't wrongfully committed to going to jail. He did the crime.
He never talks about no wrongful conviction. He did the crime, I believe.
He ain't that good of, okay, all right.
I don't know, but listen, that don't mean he's scamming throughout all his life. I just think, to me, that's a red flag. When you already scamming, you in jail for scamming people. Not only that, he came out and he's not having sex. They practicing celibacy. And you've been in jail for 10 years?
They practicing it. Sheree brought it up to me. So when she says she's not having sex with him, what made me, I started thinking, you know me, I'd be like, oh, did she think he had sex with men in jail?
And that's the first thing that came to my mind.
And she like, look, I don't know where you been sticking that. Let me kind of wait and see some of your mannerisms. Or is she thinking like, she basically said, oh, I want to kind of like date him and kind of see where it's going. And I'm like, you want to date the man? Isn't that what you're doing in jail, dating him? Like, I don't understand how you know what? I understand how she want to have sex. And she was like, look, let me kind of fill this out because now he's out. But don't think the man's going to be faithful.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't even bring that. If I'm going to be with him, like, listen, he's already locked up 10 years in prison. Like, you just got to go with the flow.
10 years?
I think it was almost like maybe 8 or something. It was some years he did. Maybe I got to look that up. I thought it was like 8 to 10. And then he got out early or something. And now he's on like house arrest. That's why he's on house arrest, because he got out early. So I don't know. Maybe he was supposed to do 10 and he didn't do 10. But to me, I just feel like I would just never put that restriction on a man that's getting out of prison, that's been locked up for years. Even a year is too much.
Cheat when they get in sex. So when they're not getting it, you think he's gonna be faithful?
That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, right there, that was a red flag. To put that restriction on him, he might have got somebody, like Kandi said, he might have been living with the chick. I don't know, but to me, she already got red flags, so I don't feel a whole lot bad for her, because even when Marlo, her daughter, was trying to talk to her, like she's like she don't know if she can get rid of him. I don't know. I've been like that when I was young, not in your 40s, like in 50s, when you like on some like
woman, but
yeah. And then you're talking about, oh, I don't know if I'm ready to let go. Like, what would it take for you to let go of a man that stood you up and you went all those miles away for him and you drove? It wasn't like you flew in. To me, driving takes an effort. And then you leaving your friend, you driving you with your suitcases, you sitting there, they taking paparazzi taking pictures of you while you're crying.
Look at
like,
stupid. But you remember, Sheree used to be in an abusive relationship, and she actually spoke about that. So maybe she's still one of those women that deals with a lot of shit from a man until he punches you in your face and then you leave. But like you said, they're no longer together. So she probably eventually woke up and was like, I gotta leave him. Or he probably dumped her. He probably was like,
that's
look,
what
I
I'm
can't
saying.
do this.
Because it seemed like he's not in it for the fame. Like he's not all in the cameras like the other husbands. Like he sent a cease and desist to Bravo. Like he did not want his like information out there. So it's iffy with me on. I don't feel 100% bad for Sheree. I feel like she's getting a lot of red flags. She got like maybe she just need therapy. I don't know.
Yeah, therapy, self-love. But I still felt bad for her. And I wasn't a big, huge Sheree fan, but this season I actually like her. I feel bad. I do feel bad.
I feel 50%. I don't feel a lot of like when she starts saying, I can't block him. Oh, I feel bad. Like it's like snap, like love yourself first. And like I know it's easier said than done, but I just can't, I could never, maybe just me, I just can't stand if somebody mistreats me. Once you mistreat me, you take advantage of me. And I just think he played her. Not only like to her face, but in front of like camera. You calling production, you shutting shit down with production, and you didn't even have the DC to call me so I can tell my production. You call production first.
She didn't have to see, but the thing with Sheree that I never understood, she wasn't like dating him and then he went to jail and then they continued. It's different. I feel like it's different. Like if I'm dating my boyfriend now, he do something, he go to jail. Maybe I could hold it down for a couple of months, a year, whatever. But she started in a relationship with him while he was in jail.
That's what I'm saying.
Can you be?
That's what I'm saying. Like it's just like red flags all over the place. I know, you know, there's a chance that people can rehabilitate and all of that good stuff. It don't mean because you in jail, you like, you know, garbage. But to me, it's just like, come on, Sheree, you can do better than that.
But this is what I'm saying. Like with Sheree, she's a pretty girl. She's a reality celebrity. She's in Atlanta, even though Atlanta got a lot of gays. Her DM should be blown up. Like there's nobody in your DM that hit you up that you could be like really, you got to go for this guy. I have to say, this loser. And not only because he went to jail, the fact that he played you on TV.
Exactly. She couldn't go on Plenty of Fish, Facebook dating, like something better than, you know, going to the jailhouse for like an inmate. Like she couldn't do a step up. I think Plenty of Fish, all these other social media dating apps could do wonders if she's willing to go to federal prison and pick out a man.
But I have to give it to Sheree for being honest, because if that was me, I would have been so embarrassed. I would have been like, look, Tyrone called me right after the cameras went off. He was begging and pleading. He apologized. She was honest that he didn't call until the next day. I don't know if I would have probably lied. I would have been more embarrassed to even admit that the man didn't even call me until the next day.
I would kind of admit it for my storyline. I would just like, I think like it showed that vulnerable side of her. Like Andy said that on Watch What Happens Live. He was like, that's the first time we really saw her vulnerable. Like usually she's got like, she's a strong woman. She works out. She's brolic. Like she's beautiful. Yeah, like you don't think like she goes through the regular stuff that us women go through, love and, you know, disappointment and stuff. And it showed like her crying, and not only just crying, but crying to Kenya when they used to be, you know, at each other's throat. So it just showed a softer side to both of them. Like, so I liked it. I like that part. But I mean, I do feel more bad than her than I don't, because I feel like I feel like she is hurt. And us women, we do get hurt. We do carry our, feelings, our heart on our sleeve. And I just think with her, she's no different. Like, I see her like one of my homegirls that have been through it. Me, I don't know. But, when I was young, I used to be, all crying or like that when a dude mistreats me. Nowadays, you mistreat me, it's over quick. Like, there's no calling. There's no, I don't know if I'm going to block him. Like, you are instantly getting blocked. When I was in my 20s, I would be like how she is. So I get what she's feeling.
I was never like that. I was always like, I'm out. Like, I'm not doing it with them. Because I was
but it would take me, I don't know about Sheree. It would take, that's true. Now that's how I am. But before, I can't say I was down at dumps like for months. It would be like maybe 2 days. To me, that's too much. 2 days, because I remember one time I was like down in dumps, and these men be like, Tyrone probably out there chilling, living his best life with his
the strip club in Atlanta, throwing the money on them big booty chicks. He's doing his thing. He ain't worried about Sheree.
Exactly. I remember that's how I was one time. Like I said, when I was in my early 20s and I was like crying over my boyfriend in the house, I looked out the window. He was on his motorcycle with his boys, living his best life. And that's when I snapped. It was like instant. Like, I snapped out of it. Like, people are out here, you're crying in the dumps, all broken up. And Tyrone is out living his best. He probably in the house with his chick right now, as me and you speak, as she crying.
She crying, and then they see you crying on TV. So, I mean, like you said, they not together now. So she did the right thing, or he dumped her.
And that's even worse.
Some secret about him, like he was shacked up with multiple women or something. So she eventually did the right thing, or the right thing happened to her eventually.
Yes. And the next scene after wait, did we talk about how the daughter?
Well, the daughter wasn't feeling what happened. The daughter was kind of like, the daughter seemed like she had more brains than than Sheree.
But she wasn't too outspoken. If that was my mother, I don't know. With like on Housewives of Potomac and what's her name's daughters, Giselle's daughters. I like the way her daughters go in about the father. And with Sheree's daughter, she's a little bit like, tell him I said hi when she's on her way. You traveling from New York?
Then that was the beginning when she thought she was gonna go see him. But you know what I get? Sheree and her daughter look like they're cool, they're friends, they're like, her daughter's like, they're probably best of friends or whatever. I get this from my mom. You tell somebody something multiple times, and when the shit blows the fan and it happens in their face, you're like, well, I told you. You kind of like not giving them any attention on that topic. Like, the sister was kind of like really nonchalant, like, because she's probably thinking, I've been told my mother about this off camera about this guy. I told her numerous times about this jerk.
True.
Now he played you. It's kind of like, well, do whatever you think is best. She's probably done. She's over talking about Tyrone.
Okay, that's true. Because when she was like, tell him I said hi, and when she was on her way to see him,
but that's
driving 200 miles.
To see him. That was on the way to see him.
To me, I don't like the idea of my mother traveling to Philly to go see a man. I would have been like, Ma, what you doing? Why he's not coming to see? Why y'all not meeting halfway? You said that he can come within 100 miles.
It was a nice restaurant. 2, you remember he had that whole distance and the courts didn't allow
it. Like I said, it was within 100 miles. She does not have to go traveling to the slums to go see a man. He could have met her halfway. My mother told me she driving on her way home. Before she go home, she got a suitcase in the bag. She got a driver going to Philly. I would have been like, Ma, what you doing? But that's just me. I don't know. I just wouldn't have been like, tell me hi.
You don't know the daughter. Again, we only see what they're showing us.
And okay.
Again, the daughter may not be saying certain things on camera.
Okay.
Like, I want to tell my mother new one. I'm not going to do it on TV.
Wait, he could travel within 100 miles? Oh, he couldn't come at least 50?
And you
go
50? They had a conversation before that. They didn't just know it. The sister, the daughter could look like, she probably got her own life going like, look, my mother want to be an
idiot. That's true.
Idiot. I don't have time for that. I got a good man, or I'm looking for a good man. If my mother want to be stupid, let her be stupid.
That's true. When you're in your 20s, when you're in your 20s, I don't even remember like being in my mother's business like that when she was like dating and stuff. So
You don't give a damn. So the next scene was Kenya and Drew at lunch.
Yes.
And I was like, wow, they seem to be getting along in comparison to last season.
I think because not Drew, but Kenya sees herself in Drew, like with the Ralph situation. And she did make a comment about it. And she was like that she wants to try to like mend their relationship so they can kind of like help each other, like help her get over Mark, and she like help her with her relationship and kind of have a voice in her relationship. So I like that.
Like I said in my previous video, Kenya is not the type of chick I'll be messing with.
Oh my God, no.
No, I would not be messing with Kenya. I think, and this is my opinion, you can comment with and say whatever you want, is that I think, again, that Kenya is now noticing that Drew's life is not what it's cracked up to be. They have a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they're cool. But when Drew first came into the scene, Kenya wasn't feeling her because she probably thought Drew had a good marriage, husband looked good, she's living a good life. And now she knows Drew's having issues. All of a sudden, they cool.
No, it's because she sees those same issues that she had within herself. And Kenya does have a heart. I do believe that she does see, like, if I listen to Ralph, if anybody listens to him and they see on the outside looking in and you're seeing how he's manipulating, gaslighting Drew, anybody, especially if you're just coming out of a relationship that was the same type of man that Drew is dealing with, you're going to be like, it's going to do something to you where it's like you're going to either speak up or speak to that woman and kind of have some empathy.
Correct. But I also think if everything was great with Drew, Kenya would not be as cool as she is with her now. That's just my opinion. I don't think if Drew, like, her marriage was going well, her kids doing good, everything was like great in her relationship, that she would be cool with you. I think she would still be trying to dig at her.
That could be possible, but it could be possible that now there's some similarities. If maybe she's happily married, maybe not. But their kids, I think, are the same age or something. So maybe that would have kind of drew them closer. Drew now got herself together. So Kenya don't really have, I don't know. And I think Kandi or one of them that was actually friends with Drew during the first season. I don't know if it was Cynthia, but they all agreed that she did have some raggedy wigs.
She did. But another thing with Drew where I'm like, oh, Lord, she gets on my nerve. She didn't even confront Kenya about the whole business thing at the dinner. Not once did she mention, oh, why you came at me like that about my business. She didn't say one thing at that dinner about what her and Marlo was doing to her at that dinner. It wasn't at dinner, but when they were going at her business, she didn't bring that up with Kenya.
I think that's what I'm saying. I just don't think she's able to fight that fire with fire. She's just not capable. I think a lot of like things that she get into with her husband, you see that she really does not, even with Sheree, like with the assistant, like I just don't believe that she has what it takes, like I said, to go low. She does not have it. She fizzles, and the Aquarius, we about that life. When you come for us, we coming. And Drew ain't about that life. Drew not about that life.
Drew was like, look, let me stay low.
Exactly.
Low Kenya, because I know I can't go back. I can't go toe-to-toe Kenya. So let me
And I do believe that I think Kenya does have that girl's girl side of her that we're seeing now. She's different now. She has a daughter. Now you see her softer side. And as long as you do not come at her, she's good people.
I disagree. Comment below. I disagree about Kenya. And we'll go into that later on, since she's such a girl's girl.
And Marlo. But we'll get into that.
Mm-hmm. So the next time, what happened? Oh, they spoke about Sanya. And Kenya told Drew what Sanya said about her. Remember there was a scene with Sanya
and Kenya
walking. And Sanya was saying how she doesn't like some of the stuff that Drew's doing. So Kenya told Drew. And of course, Drew felt type of like, oh, she's talking behind my back and stuff like that. I mean, I don't think it was wrong of Kenya for telling her. I don't feel like she was stirring the pot at this time. I don't think she was like trying to start something. I think she was just telling like, look, this is your friend.
Watch your back.
And she mentioned how she was uninvited to that photo shoot, Mommy Nation photo shoot. She invited her and then uninvited her. What do you think about that?
That was grimy.
Petty.
Yeah. And I think it was petty, borderline grimy. Like, you're going to invite me and then uninvite me. And I'm with Marlo when she's like, I think she's sucking ass, not kissing, because that's a little low. She's doing more than kissing ass. Like, I just think she's doing a lot. Like, to be in Kandi and Kenya's like good graces, she's doing too much. And she shouldn't have to. Like, you should have that confidence within yourself to create good relationships and let people like you for who you are. I don't feel I've ever needed to suck ass to be friends with anyone. And I just feel like she's doing that.
But my question is, what did you do so where she was invited to uninvited? Because Sanya was the one that came at Drew. I understood if Drew was having an event and didn't invite Sanya, but what the hell did Drew do to Sanya for her to not invite her?
Well, what Sanya said was her excuse. I'm not even advocating for her, but she said that they needed to have a discussion. They need to have a talk. And she don't want the first time that they see each other to be at her event, at the Mommy Nation photography. So she don't want to have to she don't want that to overshadow her event. So that's why she said she thought about it and uninvited her.
Petty, because if anything, when Drew showed up, she could have been like, look, I know we need to talk. I already invited you. I want you to be part of this photo shoot. I know we have some unresolved issues. We can talk about that at a later time. But right now, it's all about the photo shoot. I think Drew would have.
And she did not just not invite Drew or uninvite her. She didn't invite Sheree and she didn't invite Marlo. Why? What's the reason for that?
I'm not feeling Sanya. I wasn't really feeling her. I'm not feeling her now. And she's one of my Caribbean girls. I thought I was going to like her. Like, oh, they have a Jamaican. Yeah, man. Like, I was excited about that. And I was like, I'm not feeling her. I did
like her too. And what's funny is before she came on, I just got a Nordic track and it has iFit on it. She's one of the iFit virtual instructors where you do the elliptical, the treadmill.
Really?
Yeah, she's a iFit instructor. So while you going running with her, she's running with you and she's telling you about her life.
Hey, it's time for workout number 2. I'm Sanya Richards-Ross, Olympic champ and your iFit trainer. We've left the track and we're now at Lions Farm at Arabia Mountain Park. So much history here. We're going to get all into that. Today, we have an endurance run and we're kicking it off with a 3-minute warm-up. Let's go.
And I loved her personality on there. So for this, I'm like, she seems so genuine on Nordic track as my trainer. But this, I don't know. I just don't like somebody who feels the need to like kiss ass. Like, to me, she's doing it and she's doing it in a way where it's not even subtle. Like, you're obviously sucking ass.
Yeah, because she invited Marlo and Kenya. Not Marlo. She invited Kenya
and
Kandi. And Marlo said the same thing. Oh, the ones with the most followers, the ones that she feel like, oh, I could, like, it's kind of like going to school. Oh, I want to be in the cool clique.
Yeah.
Kiss the cool girls behind so I could be part of that clique. Because if you look at the rest, it's Sheree. And we know where that's going. It's Marlo. And then there's Drew. Drew don't even have 1 million followers on Instagram.
Yeah, but if that's your friend, to me, that's where friendship should come in. I don't care who you trying to suck ass or whatever with, like, at least still have that loyalty toward me and foremost.
But
that should be with.
I thought she came through Drew. She came through Drew, but they're not like friends.
That's true. She said they did go. Yeah, she did go out with them a couple of times. But to me, that still should have some type of loyalty, even if you did go out one time. That's still one time more than you did with Kenya, Kandi, and all of them. You still somewhat know me as an acquaintance. You didn't know nothing about them. To me, there's the time where you kind of like cultivate that relationship and let it like flourish and blossom. Like, for you to just stomp on our relationship and not even allow it to grow, and you're over there trying to, pursue these people that don't even really care for you. To me, that's a slap in the face, and I feel bad for Drew. This one time I feel sympathy.
Because the thing is, she's doing this mommy nation. She wants them to be in her photo shoot because she knows once she starts promoting and hoping that Kandi with all those followers, Kenya with all those followers are going to promote that photo shoot on their page, that's going to give her company attention. Now, was that a good business move? Yes. Was she a good friend? No. But if you really think about it, like we're starting on the YouTube channel. We got Drew, we got Kenya, and we got Kandi. Who would we want our YouTube channel to be on? Whose page? Kenya and Kandi. But Drew.
That's true. But if I have options and you all are my friends, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna pinpoint and exclude people. I'm gonna,
She should have just invited all of them.
That's what I'm saying. You don't exclude your friend, like even if she's not acquaintance or whatever. Like you don't exclude people. Like this is more so where you could probably get you could have got their 500,000 followers, 2 million followers altogether or whatever. But you choose to exclude just so you can have private time to kiss ass. Even more so, I would be offended. I would be so offended. But like I said, Drew is not about that life, about going low when they go low.
I don't know. They show some clips from the next episode. Let's see. But Sanya, I'm not feeling her. She's an ass kisser. She's trying to build a reputation or whatever. She's trying to become close with Kandi because Kandi in Atlanta is, she's very well known.
Yeah.
She's trying to get close to Kenya. Eventually, Kenya is going to probably turn on her. So at this point, she's an ass kisser, and she's kissing who she feels at this point is going to elevate whatever career or whatever she got going on.
And let me just say in response to Kenya's going to turn on her, just as long as Drew doesn't stay in her lane and not come at Kenya, everything will be fine.
Who, Sanya?
No, you said that eventually Kenya may turn on Drew. Then you.
Well, I meant turn on Sanya. Sanya, the one that's kissing her ass. Eventually.
Oh, okay, yeah, you did say that. Okay, I think you did say yes.
Eventually, she's gonna turn on her.
Well, as she should, because I detect some fake phoniness, and as a fellow Aquarius, we don't like fake and phony. So if she does turn on Sanya, it's very deserving.
I could tell Tanya's a little bit too much because even when Kenya was saying, "Oh, I need to get paid for this," first, this is my thing. I would have felt type of way. You invited me to come to whatever campaign or advertising for your show, and then you expect me to model. Like, I'm not ready. Like Kenya said, she should be getting paid. Like, hello, she's booked and busy. You're having her do a photo shoot. You're not paying the girl. She wasn't prepared. And I don't think that was appropriate. She kind of lured him in and kind of like, oh, by the way, you need to be in my photo shoot.
And I thought they were a good sport about it because like you said, I don't think if I was Kenya, I don't think Kandi was too dressed. Like Kandi be coming out looking like she going jogging sometimes.
She wasn't ready. Even though it was for jogging shoots, the ad wasn't dressy. It was just like,
no, I know that. What I'm saying is that if I'm coming in dressed and I'm cute, my hair is every strand is in place. I don't know if and you didn't tell me about it beforehand. I mean, well, if it's my good friend, maybe. But if I'm coming out and I'm dressed to the nines, like if I was Kenya looks so cute.
Like our fall collection shoots. I have 3 hoodies for you guys that I brought.
Wait, so I have to be in the shoot?
Yes.
You didn't tell me that.
I thought I did.
No, you told me that you wanted me to come to the photo shoot.
So you didn't bring no jeans, no sneakers, no nothing?
Okay, first of all, you need to talk to my agent.
Kandi, on the other hand, she looked like she was going jogging, so it didn't require much dressed down for her to get into the jogging suit. Kenya, she had every strand in place. She looked nice, summery.
And hair, makeup.
And now I got to change and get all hot, moving around, changing in the clothes, taking out of clothes. I would be annoyed slightly, but if and that wasn't even a good friend of us. I thought they was good sports about it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Why didn't she tell them ahead? She kind of like did it in a sneaky way, like, oh, I'm inviting you, but by the way, when you get there, you're gonna have to be part of the photo shoot. She didn't tell them ahead of time. Kenya probably wouldn't have gone.
Exactly. And then you say, I don't think she should have did it when she got there. And she was like, I thought she was gonna be something from there. Like I really thought that was gonna turn into something.
Like, I'm not doing anything, but I think they didn't want to start. She's new. So I thought that was really nice of Kandi.
There would have been a time to start some friction because she did it with Drew. I would have did it. I would have been like, that's where you create a moment too, where Kenya should have been like, what? You didn't even tell me. But I guess because I would probably feel like if I know somebody's kissing my ass so much, I wouldn't bend over a little bit for them to kiss my ass like Kenya was doing.
I think that Kenya is smart enough to catch on what she's doing. Because you
that's what I'm saying.
replaced Kenya with Drew. And I don't know if they edited some stuff out there. Shows I didn't really see her connecting with Kandi. I mean, they showed her, seen her and Sanya talk, Sanya and Drew, and Sanya and Kenya talking, walking around the city and talking. But I never saw her really engage with Kandi. Talk about, those are the two people I felt the most connected with. When did this happen?
Yeah,
mind you, Drew kicked your ass when you got into a car accident.
Exactly. And that's what everybody said. Like, that's her way of like trying to keep it undercover that she's kissing ass, sucking ass.
Sucking ass, like kissing it. Oh my God.
No, sucking requires more effort. She's sucking it. She kissing requires a little bit of effort. When you sucking, you gotta, that's action. So.
Oh my God. So I think they were nice enough to kind of like do it, but I guess they didn't want any friction because she's new to the group. It was kind of like, let's just do it.
Yeah. And like it turned out nice and, you know, everybody looked lovely. Her mommy nation, I'm sure she got some good followers. Even now getting this publicity, I'm sure she's getting like, you know, what she wants from it.
And it worked. And she didn't have to pay them to do it either.
Yeah.
So what's the next thing that happened? Oh, didn't Kenya tell Sonya that Drew said, Sonya doesn't have a mind of her own? When they were at the photo shoot, Kenya said to Sonya that Drew said Sonya doesn't have a mind of her own. So Sonya was like, what? So I think because again, the conversation happened about her uninviting Drew. And it's Kenya then told Sonya what Drew said at the dinner about her not having a mind of her own.
Yeah. And I think she confirmed.
Kenya told Sanya this, that, Drew said you don't have a mind of your own. And I think that's when Drew started feeling type of way. I mean, Sonya started feeling type of way, like, what? She said this about me?
Yeah, and I think that's what she confirmed, like, yeah, she did uninvite her.
Yeah. And then Kenya also mentioned, this is another thing that he later on kind of seen, when Kenya mentioned what happened with Sherry and Tyrone to Sonya. How do you feel about her mentioning that?
See, I'm with, like we said before, about the friendship group, when we're all friends. To me, I don't think it was any malicious intent behind it. I think it's sort of mentioning it like what's going on with a friend. Like, oh my God, did you know what happened with Sheree? Like, she got stood up. Like, I feel some type of way about it. Like, what, like, did you know this? Like, let's do something. Like, I feel like it was kind of like, I didn't feel like it had any bad intent behind it.
No, I agree. In that situation, I would have told the group circle, number one is going to come out.
Yeah.
It was in the tabloids. It's going to be on TV. So I don't think it should have been anything where Sheree felt type of way, which we'll talk later on that she did because Kandi didn't tell her. But I think that was fine. I didn't feel no type of way about Kenya saying, I think that was okay because she didn't say no way like, girl, this is what happened. They were laughing about it. It was kind of like, oh man, I feel bad. You heard what happened to Sheree? So I don't think it was in malice. I felt like she said it in a way where she was kind of like, oh, you guys heard what happened. Oh, I feel bad. Boo. So I don't think there was any big issue of her telling Kandi and Sanya.
And I think it's the way, because it's happened to me before, where it's the way like a friend will tell me about what happened with another friend. And it's kind of like a mutual thing. Like, I kind of know it's going to go through the grapevine a little bit. So when they do call me and be like, oh, girl, you okay? Or I call that friend to let them know, like, hey, girl, you okay? And I just think kind of like it's not any bad intentions behind it. I've never felt that way if one of my friends know my business through another close friend that we have. I've never felt like bad about it unless it's like talking behind my back or something. But as long as they call me, now we'll get into that later about Kandi's response to Kenya, letting her know that piece of information, that part.
Yeah, but I don't think anything was wrong with what Kandi said. I agree that Tyrone's probably cheating. She had to with somebody else. I believe
Absolutely. You in federal prison, not having sex, and you coming out being celibate, please. With somebody as beautiful as Sheree? No.
And Sheree's an idiot if she think he was faithful.
And that's what I was saying. Like, she got to take partial blames for this. You're going to put that restriction on a man coming out of prison, but we already unpacked that. So,
yeah. So now they showed the next scene was Marlo planning this night of, I guess, I don't know if it was a night of celebrating Sheree or just a girl's night trying to make her feel better.
Yeah.
And she had all this Fendi stuff. So about she has Fendi on speed dial. They had all this Fendi clothes. She had a guy coming in to do a massage. I thought it was really nice. I was like, well, damn.
I thought that was really considerate for them to even come together and plan that and make that effort to kind of like lay out the red carpet for Sheree. I thought that was really nice.
And then what happened? Kenya didn't show up. I felt Marlo's getting everything ready. Calls Kenya. Kenya's bed, face beat to the gods. Talk about
Kenya, where the hell are you? Hey, Hi. What's wrong with you?
I don't feel good. From yesterday when I was out at Sanya invited us to her Mommy Nation.
Mommy Nation? What's that?
It's a blog. And Kandi was there, which I didn't know Kandi would be there, but she said that she had asked us because she had bonded with us the most on the trip.
Wait, I don't even think I'm taking this all in. So I'm sitting here waiting on you to come, and you're not coming.
I'm not coming, Marlo. I tried to come. Started feeling woozy.
I hope Kenya feel as good as she looks, because the bitch is beat to the gods.
Kandi was lying. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I think Kenya, I don't know what she was doing, what she wasn't doing. She didn't feel like going.
Yeah.
She didn't go. First of all, if you're going somewhere, you plan on going somewhere, you know they're going to be shooting, so Sheree, wouldn't you call Marlo and be like, yo, Marlo, I was planning on going. You see how my makeup, I can't. I'm not feeling well. I think I may have COVID. They got to test me for COVID. You didn't call Marlo. Marlo called her.
That's the part I didn't understand. I didn't get either. Like on the onset of my itchy throat or whatever, I'm gonna let you know, like, oh girl, I don't know, I'm not feeling too well. But to call her when you're supposed to be on your way there and you're in bed.
But Marlo called her. That's the thing that was like, nah, Kenya's lying. Yeah. First of all, we already know how it is when there's production. When someone feels they may have COVID something, sometimes the production team shuts down. They're already advised the cast members, even if there's a slight chance that she possibly would have it prior to even getting tested. So she's claiming she got tested. I'm thinking it's for COVID. But you don't call Sheree, like you don't just, oh God, I don't feel well. You not feel well for maybe an hour, 2 hours prior to you coming. Why are you not calling Sheree, but not calling Marlo and tell, oh, I can't make it?
Yeah. Kenya's my girl and I can't have her back on that one.
Yeah, how you have her back on that? She lying.
I can't.
Exactly.
I cannot.
The only thing I had to say that she kind of made up for it a little bit is that she had Drew bring everything over. So it's not like she didn't show up. There was no food because she was supposed to have a masseuse. There were certain things she was supposed to have brought to the gathering, which she had Drew do, which I thought was very nice of Drew also to do it. Because I would have like,
I thought that was very nice. Not even more so for Kenya. Kenya's kind of making up. I would soften the blow a little bit and do that too. I don't think that's a big deal. Like I just think like, let me soften up me not showing up and send my little runner Drew with the goods. And I thought that was nice of Drew.
I thought it was nice of Drew, but then when I thought about it, why wouldn't she do it? She didn't really have. I mean, the issue with Sheree was more so her. She was the one that started the whole thing about saying, oh, Sheree doesn't pay her bills. So Drew started this whole thing. So I don't think she really had any beef with Sheree.
She didn't, but they didn't really, it still wasn't, I don't think they got 100% over it. And not only that, she wasn't even invited. Like supposedly it was for like the single girls. Like, I'm not even invited. Why am I? I probably wouldn't have done it. I don't know. Especially if I'm not invited. And not only am I not invited, we still kind of on shaky ground. I don't think I would have done it.
Well, also too, remember Kenya called him like, "Oh, please," and now she's trying to be in Kenya's good graces and kissing ass. Well, so, like you said, sucking ass. She's probably trying to kiss and suck her ass a little bit. That she was like, "Okay, fine, I'll do it." Okay, and she carried all that stuff. She got everything settled. And when the time Sheree was coming, she went out. But
I know that was so nice. That I thought that was like
too much. I was like, this is a little bit too much for Sheree.
It was too much, but I get it. Like, just to make somebody's day, I probably would make that effort to make, especially like you said, your point about like her kind of being the like that could have been her apology to Sheree. Like, if I know I did something wrong and I am in the wrong, I probably would extend myself in that type of way. If somebody did something wrong to me, absolutely not. I would not be there. I would not be bringing nothing as a gopher, well, a runner or whatever. I would not be bringing anything. But like you said, because it was Drew's bad, she apologized. You got your hand in her face and stuff. You knew it was your fault. So that would have been my olive branch. So I probably would have got out the back, whatever you wanted me to do to make it special for her and a surprise, I would have done that. So I get that part.
So then, okay, I get that. So then now Sheree shows up, Marlo's there. Then she realized that Kenya's not coming.
Wait, no, but let's not skip over the part like how my girl Marlo, they walk up the steps and it was like I love the way they are becoming friends. And when she walked up the steps and she was like, we gotta do like our language. And you remember when they was like,
yeah, that was cute.
So before you enter in, right, we gotta do this.
A little bit. I go, wait a minute.
I mean, we've come a long way. Thank God I've grown. Thank God.
That was cute.
I loved it because she was like, introduced, like, kind of bringing her into like the palace and laying out the red carpet for her. And she was just making it so special, I felt, for her.
That scene was cute. And I like the fact that when she went into the limo, she pretended she was a guy. I thought, but what I also liked that Sheree appreciated. She didn't think like, that's it, I'm just going to Marlo's house. Like, because of the blindfold stuff, she could have thought it was something more luxurious.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that when she went and noticed it was Marlo, I mean, they had all Fendi all over. That was luxurious by itself. But I like the fact that Sheree looked like she appreciated it.
But the part about with the salesman in the living room and he's like has all the stuff laid out.
I'm so excited about Sheree's event. Everything is perfect so far. I brought in an in-home shopping experience for Sheree. Oh my gosh, I gotta get one of these. That's so cute. I have the president of Fendi on speed dial, okay? I just call him up and say, I need fashion ASAP. I'm Batman, bitch, but the cape is Fendi and I'm here to save the day.
Like, if you're gonna invite me over, don't have me spending no money. Like,
That's what I thought. Because when I thought they were putting all this stuff, I'm like, oh, is Marlo buying these things for Sheree? Like, what is the arrangement here?
Pick out a bag. That's what I would have did. Pick out one thing.
I know you do all this stuff. You didn't buy the girl a bag. Like, I'm there spending over $11,000, but you invited me here, which I don't know Sheree's money like that. Maybe she wasn't expecting to spend that kind of money. But I was just like, wait a minute. This was for her to have a shopping spree, but nothing was given to her for free.
And that's how I would feel. Like, okay, you're inviting me over but meanwhile, you're getting compensated.
Yeah, make me feel better, and I'm spending my money, and I'm like, damn, where should I get all the money from?
You get the wrong end of the stick. I'm hurting. I'm feeling all down the dumps about, being brokenhearted. And here you go throwing me something, but while you're throwing me something, you're selling me something at the same time.
Yeah,
you got
not only that, Marlo at the end probably got a discount. Like, yo, I'm gonna bring Fendi here. Sheree's gonna spend a lot of money, and then let me get a discount on that bag.
Definitely, I think she got a cut of whatever she spent.
Something, yeah, because I'm like, I would have said something like, "Oh, you have this all for me." Like, I don't know if I would be spelling that.
I wouldn't have bought nothing. I would have been like, I'm not buying nothing. If you're gonna buy me something, I'll spend. I'll pick out something. But I'm not buying nothing. I'm here for you to mend my broken heart.
But Sheree did make a comment about her Marlo did not spending her money, and she had to spend her own money on that stuff. I was just
she said what I was thinking.
Sheree's also for TV. She comes off as one of those people that go, I want to look like the big spender, all the stuff.
Yeah, might have returned it.
All that shit. When the camera's over, she was like, can I return everything?
Right? This was just for show.
This was just for sure. Because I was like, $11,000 unexpected. It's not like, and again, I don't have that kind of lifestyle, but when you're going shopping, you know you're going to be spending $11,000. Like, oh, you're going to spend a good amount. Like, oh, I'm going to go shopping. I need to buy a couple of Fendi, Gucci, Prada, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You already have the intent of spending it, but you in bed in her pajamas. You not thinking about spending no money this tonight or today. And all of a sudden you go into somebody's house like, oh, here's a shopping spree, buy all this stuff. Like, bitch, I ain't put that in my budget. Like,
exactly.
I don't know. I wasn't planning on spending this type of money this month. That's mortgage money. So when she spent it, I was like, oh, she got it like that. Okay, and again, everybody's always wondering what the hell does Marlo do? What the hell does Sheree do?
Yeah, that's true. Where's she getting her money for Sheree's Chateau Sheree?
Those kids are way too old. She's not getting no more child support checks. What is she doing? She don't have She by Sheree. What is Sheree doing? No,
and she just got hired back. Yeah, she just got hired back on Bravo. So it's not Bravo checks that got the Chateau Sheree done.
I don't know. Maybe she's selling something, but I don't know what is she doing? Everybody's always talking about Marlo, but what about Sheree?
Yeah,
I don't know. Any questions where she get her money from? What businesses does she have?
We don't know.
I see her on Instagram, and you know how people promote stuff and they give them money for promoting certain products. I see her promote a couple of products on Instagram, but what business does she have? Like, what does she own? What is she doing? Is she an investor? Like, what is she doing?
I think because she's been attached to the football player, like a lot of people overlook like where her income could be coming from. Like you said, she's not getting any more checks, but I think people are seeing it because she was married and she has kids by a football player. Because that's where you forget like about where the money trail is. Like now, like you said, her kids are old enough. She's not getting any more checks. But you thinking like maybe some possible like alimony or whatever that she's getting. Like I think it's because she was attached to an NFL player. Whereas Marlo,
but also the NFL player attached was when she had to take him to court for child support. Remember when Phaedra was her attorney?
Yeah.
So she was having financial woes. There was a season where she was talking about her financial situation. There was a time I think she had to stop the Chateau Sheree.
Yeah.
Rebuilding it. So what is Sheree? Somebody comment and let us know what is she doing with her life. Like where's she getting her money from? We also
where's the stream income coming in? I want to be put on.
I want to know what she's doing with her money.
Yeah.
That house is fabulous. I have to give it to her. Always looking nice. Always has fabulous clothes. Spending $11,000 on the drop. Not expecting to do it. How is Sheree getting her money?
Yeah.
I don't see her promoting any business on the show.
No, not even she.
That never happened.
I was just about to say that. Not even that. And I think that's a great avenue to like allow, like to promote your, her line is at Bravo. But I guess that's what's going to happen later on. I think Chateau Sheree is going to come up out of the like ground and surface.
I don't think it's going to do that well. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to do that well.
Yeah.
So what do you think of Marlo comforting Sheree?
I loved it. And that's the kind of friend I would be to somebody that is like, because it's like she made Sheree reflect on she's that bitch. Like, you need to know who you are.
You deserve more.
I don't know.
Block his number.
I can't say that I'm ready to walk away. When I tell you have to. You said it.
And I like how she kind of honed into that with Sheree. And she did it in a like not in a bashing way. She did it in a very therapeutic type of way.
I know. Surprised too of Marlo. I said, look at Marlo being a therapist. I think Marlo do give. Oh God.
That's what that
Marlo, is. I mean, from previous episodes, she actually does give good advice. So I like the fact that she was comforting Sheree, giving her words of encouragement, kind of uplifting her, giving her back her confidence, giving her back her power as a woman. So I thought it was great. It was a great moment for TV. It was a great moment for seeing another woman comforting another Black woman. So I think it was good. It wasn't always drama and you know, confusion and cursing at each other was a really pivotal moment, I think, for that scene.
Yes.
I don't remember really seeing that on Housewives. Maybe, I can't remember, but not from Marlo.
Yeah, and then I liked when Sheree was saying, I don't think that I can just block him. I don't think I'm ready yet to just cut it off completely.
Yeah.
And then I love when Marlo responded and said,
if your baby girl came to you and said, Mama, I know he stood me up from meeting you, but I know he loves me, what would you say to her? Okay, now you make me feel real crazy.
And it's kind of I think it started to make Sheree kind of wake up.
Yeah.
So I really love that.
Sheree should be giving Marlo some money because that was a good therapy session.
Yes.
I also think that Marlo did it out of love. I don't think she was doing it for a moment. And I think she did a great job talking to Sheree. And that's the type of women that Sheree needs, or all of us in a situation like that need someone who's going to try to lift you and kind of like turn on that light again.
Absolutely.
Like, you know what? You're right. I am fabulous. I can do better. I am great.
Yeah.
I am beautiful. So I think Sheree is in a moment where, again, it goes back to not everybody that's beautiful have high self-esteem. So Sheree may have low self-esteem. You know, she's been around people. She see people dating. She probably have friends who have men. She's single. She's getting up there in age. Her kids are out of the house. They're all in relationships. She's by herself out in this big chateau Sheree. When they're all out dating, or I don't know if they all live with them, will live with her. But I think at this point, she's kind of like down in the slumps, like.
Yeah. From what the shaman said when they were in Africa, that Sheree is going to be alone for the rest of her life. That made me sad for her.
Okay, what about Sheree?
You want me to look for you?
Sure. Will she find love? She's divorced. Will she get remarried? Will she find love?
You are not going to get married anymore.
Why?
She's old now. We are old. We are not happy.
Oh, like that's just rude.
You must stay now. You mustn't get married again.
Stay where?
In your house.
Single. She must stay single.
Yeah, she's right, this one.
I believe I'll get married again.
You believe that you're going to
I met the right guy.
But my bones tell me that you're not going to get married.
Yeah, shout out to Tanya. She sent us that video today.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The shaman was right, though. If anybody watched the show back then, I think it was in Africa they went, right?
Yes.
They went somewhere and they had this fortune teller, and he was dead on right about Kandi. I think he might be right about Sheree.
Yeah, I think so too, but I hope not.
He told her she'll never get married.
I know that's sad, but I hope she doesn't like go back into going with these guys. She needs therapy at the end of the day. I think she needs real therapy to kind of like figure out like why is she choosing the guys that she chooses. Pick someone who really genuinely loves you, and you just got to figure out how to do that. What things you need to work on within yourself to be able to, attract those type of good people.
And I don't remember really seeing Sheree date anybody on Housewives. It was like she was dating that football player. And then all of a sudden it was this conversation, she was single, whatever. And then it was like the whole thing about Tyrone. So I don't remember seeing her.
She was with him for a long time. I think it was not a long time, but since 2016, they said.
A pretty long time. So I don't remember seeing her dating anybody else on the show.
Yeah, no.
So just Tyrone. So
yeah,
good luck to that.
Yes. When Marlo, I feel like at that point she was letting like Sheree know Kenya's not here. She didn't come. Like, I think that's when it started leading up to like Sheree knowing that Kenya's not there. She's sick, whatever.
So she did mention that she's not coming and things like that. And I think Marlo did the right thing, like kind of basically let her know, like, I don't believe her. because I don't believe Kenya did it, but she started putting that bug in Sheree's ear to kind of let her know that Marlo's not a loyal friend. Kind of like, well, she didn't come. She came and she said, basically said, I don't believe her. She kind of let her know, like, she's not a true friend.
I agree. I think she was letting her know in more or less words there. Like, her face was fully beat. She called me up, and I would say the same thing. I'm sorry. I don't care if that's my friend too. I would let my friend know how I felt about it. Because not only is it a slap in the face to Sheree, it would be a slap in the face to me too, because planning went into this. Time went into this. Me and you getting together, collaborating on what we're doing. So for you to not show up is a slap in the face to me too, and not to call me out of respect, you should at least call me.
Correct.
So,
but wasn't it Kenya who decided to plan something nice for Sheree? I don't remember it was Marlo saying to Kenya, let's do something. It was Kenya that said, oh, we should do something nice for Sheree.
Yeah, I think she did initiate the idea. Absolutely.
So you initiate the idea, you started the planning, and then you don't show up. But I don't think Kenya had anything wrong. And fact is, she was like, the next day she went into that Sanya's event.
But so she had a little, what do you think about the sniffles and the little cough that she did? In the
sinuses. Dust in the room.
Okay.
Nothing of major. So the thing that pissed me off too, did she even call Sheree? I don't think she even called Sheree, like, oh, Sheree, because this is how I would have handled it, being a true friend. I'm a true friend. If I have, let's say I was in Kenya's position. Oh, I have a little sniffle. I don't feel good. Call Marlo. When you know Sheree's there, Marlo, let me know Sheree's there. You call, put on FaceTime. Oh my God, I really wish I was there. Let me just spend some time. She could have even tried to be on FaceTime for a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. Agree.
If that's the case. Now, she ain't got a man, so she wasn't like booed up in bed with nobody.
Yeah.
So what was her excuse? Or she was really tired and couldn't really say why? Because the day before she was doing the Mommy Nation.
Yeah. She probably just didn't feel like going. Sometimes you just feel lazy and you feel like you got to drag. Not that that's an excuse, because I would have still. There's times I feel like, oh, it's a chore to me to have to go to somebody's function and you really don't want to go. But because, like you said, I'm a friend, I kind of like override it. But
it wasn't even a function. Her face is already beat. Your face is already done. You got somebody paid or you whatever did your face. Don't suppose you're going to Marlo's house. It wasn't an event where you feel like, oh, I got to do so much stuff. So
no. Sometimes if I gotta get dressed, it's still a chore. Sometimes, like sometimes I don't even feel like putting on like clothes. You put your clothes on. Oh damn, I look fat. I don't look like how I want to look. In Brooklyn coming in. Oh mommy, you leaving? Don't leave me. I don't know. It could have been something like that. And then she really don't want to go. She really don't want to go. I'm just saying it could have been one of those things. And then it's like, you know what? I might have a little sniffle. Let me call her up. Let her know I can't come. And then that was her way out.
Call her. At least if you're gonna execute a lie, do it well.
Yeah,
don't leave any holes in between, because then everybody know you're gonna lie. Like me, if I have to tell a lie, I already know. Oh damn, I don't feel like going to this event. Let me call my Marlo, girl. I can't go. Look at me. I did my makeup. I'm not feeling well. I think I may have COVID. I gotta get a COVID test. I don't know what's going on. I will call somebody come get me a COVID test. I'll do a COVID, whatever, to cover my tracks, because Marlo's already saying, where's the proof? Where's the proof? Show us the test. So then to make, kind of like make things a little bit better, I will call Sheree while she's there. Be like, oh, Sheree, I really wanted to be there. Oh my God, I can't make it. Girl, we'll do something next time. I'll be on FaceTime. I will do it in a way where they'll believe me. Not call and not same thing. And then you got the person who's waiting for you calling you. No, bitch, not.
That's where Kenya messed up, because I give Kenya credit for having intelligence and being smart. Like if it was Drew or somebody else that I don't feel like I got some little ditzy shit with them, I would be like, okay, I'm going to chuck it off to her being ditzy. But with Kenya, I just feel like she's more intelligent than that, where she could have, like you said, executed better on the lie. Like at least call, be a little bit more considerate. Like you just didn't give a damn. You come up with an excuse at the last minute, don't even bother to call, and then you just show up the next day at another function. And not for me when you knew I was crying, but let's go on to that scene.
And Sheree was the one that first called you when Tyrone left. She called Kenya. So that's why I was like, that's kind of really shady. Really shady. And then there's no real reason why she didn't come. But you're right. Maybe Brooklyn said, Mommy, don't go. And she didn't want to say, Brooklyn, don't want me. I don't know. Whatever the issue is, she was wrong.
Yeah, I'm just saying it could have been something like that where you just don't give it. Like at this point, it's like, you know what? Oh, I don't feel like even doing this. And then she just didn't give a damn.
I agree.
To me, I would have went for like, even if I didn't feel like going, I would have been like, Brooklyn, I'm coming back in an hour, and just still go for a little bit. Just to, I would have definitely done it as a friend.
Yeah,
like even if I don't feel like it.
Again, proving my point, Kenya's not a real good friend.
She's a good friend, though.
To who?
We all are human. You never messed up.
Yeah, but who is she a good friend to?
Sheree. Right now, I mean, yes, she did. Like I said, that was a little foul. I don't know, but I do think she has become better as far as like her interaction with like the girls. I think she is better, but I think a lot of times she's made out to be the villain when people initiate a fight with her.
I stand corrected. Kenya is not a good friend, and I think a lot of it has to do with the relationship she has with her mother. She's not a girl's girl. That's my opinion. She's not a good friend.
I think she is. We're allowed to mess up. We allow some mistakes. If it's not, stealing, trying to kill you, or I'm just saying, like, if it's nothing like of that to that extent, and it's like, oh, okay, I didn't show up to your birthday party because I want to stay home with my kid. I might tell a little white lie. To me, that's forgivable when you have like character, when we have a good relationship. To me, that's not, a deal breaker. So that's why I'll cut Kenya a little slack. It's not a deal breaker. She might tell a little white lie.
Well, we'll see, because let's go on to next. Let's continue the scenes, because I obviously Sheree felt type of way about it. Kenya. So that's why I was like, that's kind of really shady. Really shady. And then there's no real reason why she didn't come. But you're right. Maybe Brooklyn said, Mommy, don't go. And she didn't want to say, Brooklyn, don't want me. I don't know. Whatever the issue is, she was wrong.
Yeah, I'm just saying it could have been something like that where you just don't give it. Like at this point, it's like, you know what? Oh, I don't feel like even doing this. And then she just didn't give a damn.
I agree.
To me, I would have went for like, even if I didn't feel like going, I would have been like, Brooklyn, I'm coming back in an hour, and just still go for a little bit. Just to, I would have definitely done it as a friend.
Yeah,
like even if I don't feel like it.
Again, proving my point, Kenya is not a real good friend.
She's a good friend, though.
To who?
We all are human. You never messed up.
Yeah, but who is she a good friend to?
Sheree. Right now, I mean, yes, she did. Like I said, that was a little foul. I don't know, but I do think she has become better as far as like her interaction with like the girls. I think she is better, but I think a lot of times she's made out to be the villain when people initiate a fight with her.
I stand corrected. Kenya is not a good friend, and I think a lot of it has to do with the relationship she has with her mother. She's not a girl's girl. That's my opinion. She's not a good friend.
I think she is. We're allowed to mess up. We allow some mistakes. If it's not, stealing, trying to kill you, or I'm just saying, like, if it's nothing like of that to that extent, and it's like, oh, okay, I didn't show up to your birthday party because I want to stay home with my kid. I might tell a little white lie. To me, that's forgivable when you have like character, when we have a good relationship. To me, that's not, a deal breaker. So that's why I'll cut Kenya a little slack. It's not a deal breaker. She might tell a little white lie.
Well, we'll see, because let's go on to next. Let's continue the scenes, because I obviously Sheree felt type of way about it.
Yeah, at Sanya's, not even at her house, the renter house, the Airbnb that the mother cooked. And then the scene with the mother and
the supermarket buying the food, and the mother got real rah. I was like, oh, Mom, calm down. She came out like a real Jamaican mother.
And it's just funny how Sanya tells like one side of the story, even to her mother. It's like, yeah, Drew called me and told me that she's not coming to the dinner or whatever. Did you forget that you uninvited her to the mommy nation? She conveniently left that part out when she was telling her mother the story. So on her mother's end, it just seems like Drew is not coming, and she told her no. First of all, if she didn't invite her to the mommy nation, why are you inviting her to a dinner? Because remember, she don't have time to talk. She didn't want to talk at the mommy nation, but now you have time to talk to me?
But that's what Drew was saying, why she said she's not coming. Because how? She's like, you uninvited me. Now all of a sudden you just sending me a text about coming to dinner. I'm not coming. So
but I just wanted to know what was Sanya's excuse for that. It's like she's now all of a sudden, we can go to the side because she said that. I just figured we could go to the side and have a little conversation. Why are we going to the side? This needs to be a full, conversation at a table, and we're not with other people around. We going into the corner to talk. Like, come on, you couldn't do that in Mommy Nation, but now you're willing to do that?
What's the difference?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, what was Sanya's excuse for that? She didn't get one. That's the part I don't like. Here she go again, like obviously sucking ass.
She didn't give a reason as to why she didn't talk to her. I guess, for Mommy Nation, that was business. You got to think that's her business. She paid these people to come take pictures.
Yeah.
She don't know how Drew's going to react. She don't know how she may react. The other being whatever dinner she was having, that was like more social. That is, if you want to act up, we can act up. We could be about it. So that's different than business. So I could see her not inviting her there. But like you said, I think she was telling her mother one side of the story, but she didn't mention to her mother that Drew was talking behind her back. And again,
but that's what I'm saying. She skipped over a lot. Like, why was she talking about behind your back? Why isn't she coming tonight? Like, she's not even talking behind her back. Sanya is the one who initiated all of this. Like, I don't understand people. And it was just like when we were talking about with the other, story, when we was talking about the other reality show. It's like, why do people initiate this? And then when you respond, they're like, whoa, like, and then they only tell one side of the story and make you believe that it was you who started the fight. That was Sanya that started it with her.
Yeah, but again, Sanya's mother got an ass kisser too. You got to think. Sanya is the breadwinner. Everybody's living in the one whole house. Her mother is living off for Sanya.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever her daughter says, she's gonna agree to.
Like, that is her daughter.
Her daughter's back, because I could see if her mother were probably to side with Drew, Sanya probably would have gotten mad. So I think I'm most one of those ride or die mothers. My daughter's wrong or not, I'm most likely going to side with her. But the mother doesn't know the whole story either. But I just feel the mother just jumped on board. Like, I'm like, well, damn, calm down, Mom. Like,
get the full story before, like, you start. Like, but I guess, like you said, it's her daughter. She's taking care of her. And not only that, it's kind of like Mama Joyce. Like, you're going to have your kids back no matter if they're wrong.
Not me. I got 2 kids. If they wrong, they wrong. I ain't taking you're wrong, you're wrong.
No, but you know there's a lot of parents that will still, there'd be people out here hacking off people's heads and stuff, dismembering them. And that mother will still be there. It wasn't him.
Such a good child. He was such a good child.
He'll admit to it. No, it wasn't him. So
friendly child.
Exactly.
So the next scene was the dinner.
Mm-hmm.
The cooking and everybody coming in. I mean, Sanya wanted to show her heritage to everyone, her culture, her Jamaican, cooking and things like that, which I thought was nice.
It was all right to me.
I mean,
right.
You think she was still kissing ass? Oh,
I do. And then you having the Airbnb. Wait till your house gets finished. Like, come on. Like,
but you still can't, like, I want to come. I want to see your house. Like, I don't have any furniture. I'm like, you don't have any furniture. You got all these people living at your house, but okay. But not everybody wants people in their house, or maybe it's not as luxurious as everybody else.
I know, and it may not. Maybe she is getting it done, but why are you so desperate to have it? Like, get your house done, and then have like a function. Like, why are you so thirsty to have a function?
Because she's sucking ass.
Hello.
She needs to have an event quick to keep the sucking going, She
that's it.
Sucking done.
Exactly. So I get it. It was like, she's trying very hard to pursue these relationships. And so I guess they all in the kitchen. Does the fight doesn't start immediately.
So this is my thing. And the whole event is like they all came with heels and dressed up. Like, oh my God, where they go? And then they were cooking the meal. I was like, what the hell kind of...
I know. Another thing I wouldn't have liked about that. Like, you're cooking. I'm going to be cooking.
Good.
And you're trying to show me your heritage with me cooking the food. I could do this at home. Like, no. Yeah, that was whack. And then they didn't even know. Huh?
I would have said, like, just send me the recipe, because I was like, why are they cooking?
I could do this on my own time.
And then they went on to, I guess they just started talking about what happened between Drew not being there.
Yeah.
They started really like talk. Well, I think Marlo first started talking about Kenya not showing up at the event she had for Sheree.
Yeah, that's when Kenya goes to the side. She has a little sniffles and cough, and then that's when Marlo was like, "You all right over there?"
Yes.
Yeah. Why did you come? Like you got some. Like why'd you even come? And then that's when Sheree was like, she didn't come to my event, and that's when it starts to like unravel.
And then Mama Joyce. So how do you feel about Kandi bring Mama Joyce? Because I don't know about Mama Joyce. She's all right.
No, I like that because Sanya was having her mother cooking the meal. So that's a time where I would bring my mother out the house and to do something with yourself. Yeah. Like, I mean, even though they got the restaurant and stuff, but I would bring my mom.
No, I thought that was nice. They're like, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. I thought that was cool. So they started talking about the whole situation with Sheree, and Mama Joyce was like, get rid of him, block him, like she was just like, I'm no.
I don't know, but Mama Joyce is always gonna say something. She's always gonna, say she's always gonna have something to say.
So I was okay with that. And then then Kenya mentioned talking about with Sheree and Sanya, and then again Sheree felt type of way because Kandi didn't call her and tell her about the whole Tyrone situation. I don't know why she felt Kandi should have called her. Because I put myself in this situation. If I heard, let's say again, a circle of friends, and I heard what happened to Sheree with Tyrone, I would not have called Sheree and said, oh, I heard what happened between you and Tyrone. I wouldn't have called.
I would have called. I think there's a way you do it, though. Like, if you know that's your friend and you're really concerned, there's no way I wouldn't call. I would absolutely, I might not bring it up. I'm not going to call you up. Hey, girl, you good? Why, he deaded you like that? Like, I wouldn't have been like that. I would have been like, I would have called you up to check on you. And then hopefully, like it normally happens, is like, you would tell me like, yeah, girl, I went to go see him. Like, I think at that point it comes out on its own. Like, it's just a natural, organic thing that happens. But I absolutely would have called you.
Because they all knew she was going to say, okay. But this is why I don't think I would have called, because if I was in Kandi's situation, because it doesn't look like they're that close. I think Sheree's a little delusional because she can think.
No, I think
they're close.
They are, because remember when they went outside, when Marlo started to kind of like go low to the flow, when Kandi and Kenya, when she went outside, she said, I know Sheree is hurt because Kandi, she knew Kandi longest out of all of them. That's what she said.
I know. That's what Sheree said, but that don't mean anything. I can know somebody the longest and I'm not that close with them. Because I don't understand. This is me. She says she knew her the longest. So what? This is where I'm like, wait a minute. The first time she talked about Kandi knew something, called Marlo. She didn't call Sheree. This time you heard about the Tyrone thing. You didn't call Sheree. Sheree keeps saying, why isn't Kandi calling me? Maybe they're not as close as Sheree thinks.
But but that's when you kind of wake up and realize, like, that's not my friend. These could be one, because I've had instances like that where you kind of like reflect on it. Like, it doesn't instantly happen where you become like, oh, that's not my real friend. Like, it's kind of like a thing that happens kind of consistently when you start seeing, like, oh, when you think they're your friend, and then you just look around and then you start seeing certain movements that they making that's not friendly. And then it starts dawning on you, like, that's not my real friend. I see funny shit they doing. And then it just becomes like, it starts to snowball. And I think that's what is going on with Sheree and Kandi. It's like, it's snowballing. Like, now, okay, you got 1 strike, now 2 strikes. Now, I ain't gonna keep letting this happen. So I think this is the 2nd strike.
And Kandi felt like, well, I didn't want to call you because I didn't know how you were dealing with it. So Kandi didn't call. I don't think Kandi's really that good a friend to Sheree. And Sheree's kind of like, oh, I thought we were cool. I didn't go. I'm like, oh, get over it. You're sucking ass too. Like, get over it.
Who should get over it?
Sheree, like, because Kandi didn't call her.
No, I would feel some kind of way. Absolutely not.
You would feel the type of way and keep saying,
If my friend did not call me and they knew like something like that happened and I was crying, and somebody I feel is my real friend didn't call and check on me. And I don't know. I just feel like, especially if you see that friend, she might know Kandi. She know her through other people and how she reacts to other friends and how she is. Kandi is she's a businesswoman. So to me, that would tell me she's responsible. She makes certain calculated movements. So for you to kind of drop the ball when you know that I'm crying somewhere in a freaking in the slums of Philly, and you don't call
together, me, you're gonna see me. Well, that's true.
No, my feelings would be hurt. I would not be happy about that, and I would say something. Absolutely. I would definitely.
But I think it's also because Sheree is delusional. She thinks Kandi might not really think of Sheree as that type of friend.
And that's when that's when you start waking up, and this might be the time where Sheree's waking up and realizing like I might be more of a friend to her than she is to me, and that's when you dead it. Bam.
Yeah, I think at this point she should realize it. I mean, this is the second time the girl didn't call you.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I would still go in about it. I'm not gonna let that slide. Like, oh, you're not my friend. No, I'm gonna let you know why we're not gonna be friends. You're gonna know why. So there's no gray areas here. You're gonna know why I don't like you now. We cutting off this friendship, and then bam, let's go our separate ways. But I'm going to communicate with you as to why. Right. And I think that's what Sheree was doing. Kandi was dead wrong, I think, for not calling. And then she gonna say like, "Oh, I wasn't. You should call me." No, she shouldn't call you.
Wait, Kandi said Sheree should call.
She said, I forgot how she responded. Didn't she say something like, "I wasn't gonna
I don't know where you were, like mentally, so I didn't really want to call you."
Did you tell her what happened?
Kandi wasn't here.
Okay, so I'm staying with Tyrone. It's okay if I share it?
No, I told her. Was I not supposed to?
Well, I probably should have told her, but if you told Kandi and Kandi knew this information, Kandi did not call me to.
Because I was going to wait for you to say what you wanted to say about it. I don't want to just call you like, hey, girl.
Well, that's what Drew did, and I didn't even, Drew and I have been going back and forth. First, Kandi didn't call me about Drew and Anthony. Now she didn't call me about Tyrone. That's 2 strikes. What kind of friendship do we have?
I don't know that you don't necessarily cry that often.
I don't.
And they said that you were crying. And I was like,
that was like a cop-out. I wasn't happy with that reasoning. I wouldn't have liked it.
Sheree? Sanya didn't call Sheree. Well, we're not expecting Sanya to call her.
Again, like I said, she's been friends with Kandi the longest. To me, that deserves loyalty and concern. And when you don't give that to me, no. I'm not. We getting too old for these games. I'm not playing them games. I got no patience for that anymore. Like when I see like friends start doing funny style stuff like that, nah. I'm not playing those games.
This is the second time.
Yeah. So I just think this is the time where Sheree, and she said it in the confessional. This is the time where it's like, this is the second time you like doing this, and then you have like at least before she said sorry, like, and then she just like took accountability immediately.
Had an attitude about it.
Now you're giving me excuses. You're not even validating my feelings of me feeling hurt that you didn't call me. Now you're giving me excuses. So now we gotta go back and forth. I'm not going back and forth anymore. I got what you're saying. We good. We can go separate ways as far as our friendship.
That's true. And I don't think they really had a friendship anyway. Kandi don't look like she really cared.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why I would take heed to that if I was Sheree. I'm taking heed to that. And that's where I think, but what do you think about when they started coming at Kenya? Not they, but
Marlo and Sheree. It was well-deserved. I mean, Marlo brought it up. I thought it was well-deserved. And then Kenya got defensive about it and talked about she had to take a test, everything. I think it was well-deserved. And Marlo basically saying she doesn't believe that she was sick. Kenya looked like she was upset about it, but again, I don't believe Kenya was sick. And I think Marlo did the right thing by saying that she didn't believe that she was sick, and she had a valid reason to be upset. I'm planning all this stuff, get everything ready. I'm thinking it's both of us doing it for a mutual friend, and then you're gonna cop out the last minute, and I'm stuck doing everything on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Entertaining this friend, and this friend is crying on my shoulder. Like, maybe I didn't want to deal with all this stuff on myself.
Yeah,
it was agreed upon that we were doing it together. So
Yeah.
I could see why Marlo would be upset, and I could see why Sheree would be hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Considering she had called Kenya when it happened. She called Kenya when it happened. Not even Marlo, and Kenya was consoling her.
Yeah. And then she said to Kenya, she just wanted some support. That's what Sheree said to Kenya. And then Kenya was like,
Of course I supported you. What am I?
But not just on the phone. Why did you have a full glam on?
Because I was preparing to go. I called.
Like, I showed you support. I showed you. Do you think that was enough support that she showed her when she was crying in the slums of Philly? I like to say the slums. I know it wasn't I don't know if it was the slums. But
I think she did show support that time. Right? When it initially happened, Sheree called her. She was on the phone. She showed support. But she should have continued showing her support when they had that thing at Marlo's house. And again, let's say she didn't feel like going, but at least make it believable. This is a scene where Marlo finds out that Sanya invited Kandi and Kenya to the Mommy Nation.
Yes.
And that they were invited, her and Sheree, and basically said, you're kissing ass.
Yes.
And you're inviting them because of their followers on Instagram. And Marlo was highly upset about it. I was like, well, damn, Marlo's really mad about this. I think she felt insulted because she thinks she's that bitch. Like, oh, I'm the one that got Fendi on speed dial. I'm that person. And how dare you choosing?
I mean, rightly so. I would be offended, and she should be. I would get in her ass about that. Like really, like I'm in this group. Like if you treat me like I'm some type of peasant or like I'm some kind of like you don't appreciate me, and you more so showing all this attention to somebody else for shallow reasons, I would be offended. So I think Marlo had good reason to go in on her, and I would have done the same.
Because again, Sanya comes off like she's better than them because again, she's a gold medalist, medal winner, whatever she's. I didn't know who the hell she was until the show. So it's all of those. Oh well, I need to hang out this type of person because they're doing their things. Because again, Kenya have her business and everything else, and I don't know if her having a daughter has anything to do with it because she has a young kid. Kandi, of course, everybody's kissing her, sucking her ass.
Yeah.
So and she's looking at Marlo like and she's like, and Drew like, these are the peasants I want to hang out with, the people that
exactly. And I would be offended. I would be offended, especially Marlo. Like you said, Marlo seems to have high self-esteem. So no matter what, I would be offended. Like because I feel like I am that shit as she should. And you're like being so shallow as to kind of like looking for shallow reasons to be friends with people. And then it's like, you're not even having a legitimate excuse for it. Like you're coming up with like ridiculous excuses as to why. Like what was her reason that she didn't invite them? I forgot what you said.
When they went to the trip that Kandi invited them.
Oh yeah. She had a special connection.
Connected to that. Bull. I think she just was like, look, who in this group I need to be in my photo shoot that's gonna help me boost up my sales. And again, whoever, if she's trying to open up a business and be business savvy and try to get into their heads on how to start a business, which is what she's trying to do, who there in that team right now has a successful business? Kenya with her hairline and Kandi. So if she wants to get information on how to start business, those would be the two women she would want to get information from, not Marlo, and definitely not Drew. Sheree ain't got a business. But it's the way you do it. That's my whole thing. Even if you wanted to get information from them, if you invited Kandi on a one-on-one day or whatever, brunch or whatever, I don't think the other women would feel a type of way. If you invited Kenya, well, maybe they would. Because if you invited Kenya and Kandi in a separate time, like different time to spend together, they may feel a type of way. But I think is with the photo shoot, she just invited all of them. Invited all of them.
Exactly. I don't know why people do that. Like, I feel like maybe she's that person like that doesn't know how to have multiple friends at the same time. It's like you have to kind of zero in on one particular person or two particular people and suck their ass. Like, we can all be cool. We can all be friends. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be like in the midst of us all being friends, you can still be friends with that person that you're trying to pursue. Like, I just don't, I don't get it. Like, it annoys me when people do that.
Or she's an opportunist. It's more so I don't have time to worry about making friends with these people because they're not gonna do nothing for me. I need to focus on the people that do stuff for me and help my business. So Kandi, she's gonna focus her time with those people.
And I think she's trying to solidify her place on Housewives.
But I was very happy to see Sanya there because I was like, oh, another Caribbean. We got Garcelle representing Haitians. We got Sanya represents Jamaicans, but right now her representation is not good. It's not good. I mean, again, right now, hopefully it changes, but right now I'm not feeling Sanya. I really was rooting for her.
Yeah, she's not going to last on there. Not the way she's moving about the place.
She's not. Kissing Kandi, so sucking Kandi's ass. She might last because Kandi got pulled over there at Bravo, so maybe she'll do a second season. I mean, I didn't think Drew was going to be there. Drew's still there.
Yeah, true. I gotta watch Kandi speak on it because I know she's gonna she would have talked about it with Sanya. She did question her though on to speak on it that Sanya was on, and she was like, it did seem a little funny, like it came out the blue. And she did kind of so I know she gotta be thinking like, why did you come at Drew like that? Because she did question her about it. And I feel like even Sanya's response to Kandi when she was questioning her on speak on it, she still didn't have a legitimate reason as to why you coming at Drew. And her reasoning was, like we talked about it before, was because she doesn't like the way Drew is moving. She don't like the way she's treating Sheree. She don't like the way she's doing certain things. She's saying she feel like she's being phony. So I don't know. To me, that's still not something that you're supposed to be speaking to her within the group about and just going in on her out the blue. Like, that should be a conversation that you have with me in private, being that we still are acquaintances before everyone else was. So I don't know. I didn't still get a reason from her that I can kind of hang my hat on and say, oh, that sounds like a possibility. Like, no, I didn't get nothing from Sanya.
Yeah, she needs to redeem herself. Right now, I'm not Team Sanya at all.
And she's not. I can tell she's not going to
redeem her. Bad name. That's what I'm saying. She's giving Jamaicans a bad name.
Yeah.
Oh, so after Marlo started feeling type of way because of what Sanya said, as far as not inviting her and Sheree because she feels close with Kandi and Kenya, Marlo then decides to take Sheree outside and talk privately. And let's just say, child,
Marlo went all the way in.
Because they had the captions. And I was like, wait, what did she say? Pause. What? And I wrote it down. She said Kandi was a hoe and fucked everybody for free. The pussy isn't good. That's why you have to date underneath your tax
bracket. She just annihilated them.
Oh, I didn't forget. I'm just saying what she said about Kandi. I got what she said about Kenya. She just all went in. I said, what the hell?
This is what I say about, I go back to, I always say, when you go low, you got to go lower. Like, there's Marlo knows how to get instantly into bitch mode. And that's how you have to be. Let me just say my disclaimer. She goes to hell, basically. Like, you got to go, when that person goes low, you got to go lower. I'm not taking it to hell and to I'm not doing all of that. Now, Marlo, she takes it down below the ground. So I don't agree with that.
Why was she saying this about Kandi? What the hell did Kandi do to Marlo?
Why? No, I think that Marlo was more empathizing with Sheree, kind of attacking them because she did not call Sheree. Sheree's already feeling messed up about that. And now, you know, Kenya didn't show up. She got some lame excuse. So it's kind of like Drew is this. Like they both feeling attacked by these women and feeling like they being treated less than. So I like, as a fellow Aquarius, I feel Marlo in that sense, but no, I wouldn't have took it there. I'm not going that deep talking about her being a whore and stuff, but I believe that Marlo felt offended for Sheree and for herself. It was them against them.
She ain't saying nothing about Sanya. Like if she went outside,
she don't know Sanya.
So why? Just say anything you want about her.
No, I can't say she don't know what. I don't know her either. Like I can't. There's nothing I can think of to say. So she's kind of like, until I get to know her better, then I might have things loaded up in the barrel for her. But right now I can't load it up because I know nothing about her. Right now, she do got a lot of people living with her. That's one thing I could probably say. You talk about you don't got a home doing Airbnb. I probably would have said something about that.
Exactly.
But who knows what the editors did? They probably put the juiciest information in.
But my question is, from what I've been hearing on social media, Kandi has done stuff for Marlo. She has helped Marlo when Marlo was taken off of the Housewives franchise for a while because she made a gay comment. She had helped Marlo get into a different show, but the show never took place because Marlo had problems with the agreement for that show. So my question is, you're attacking someone that you knew before because Marlo also mentioned she used to date a relative of Kandi's. You want to be this bold to say, so why you didn't stay up there and say all these things in front of them? You're going to take Sheree outside, Sheree like a dumbass. Yeah, facts.
Yeah. Didn't get a ring. Facts.
Agreeing. You taking outside and bashing a woman, talking about her pussy, talking about all this stuff. Marlo's a big fat hater. And why are you going after Kandi? Like Kandi, we all know is boring. But Kandi is humble. I like her. She's about her business, about her bag. She doesn't throw in everybody's face. She don't have to talk about how much money she got. She don't have to do none of that for TV. Since I've been watching the show, Kandi's still showing the same house she's in. She doesn't flaunt her wealth and anything. Marlo's a hater because you're going to go take Sheree outside and talk trash about this woman.
But I think it was more so in comforting Sheree. I think more so. I don't think
that's how you're going to comfort Sheree.
I think, you know, that's her way of comforting her. Her way. I'm not agreeing with it because I wouldn't have went that low. I probably would have been like, don't worry about these bitches. Let's do something. Let's leave this. Let's go somewhere else. I would have done something like that. But I think that was her way of kind of like comforting her. Like, don't worry about them. This bitch is a whore. This bitch don't got nothing going on for herself. Like, so I just feel like that was her way. It might be a dysfunctional way, but I believe, and channeling Marlo, I believe that was her way of comforting her, and she just went in too deep with the whole Kandi thing, knowing, like you said, she has a lot of pull at Bravo, so I wouldn't have took it there. But obviously, when Marlo said the other comment about Kenya, and that's why her own mother didn't want her. So when she makes comments like that, tells me like she goes way too deep. Like I don't go that deep. Like I said, I go low, but I ain't going that low because it's not deserving. Like this instance, like you said, with the whole she's coming at, she didn't call Sheree. She didn't Kandi didn't do this, or Kenya pretended like she was sick. It's not like a reason to talk about your mama, to talk about you being a whore and you not being able to find a man and stuff like that. She just goes too low. Like that's just too. You got to know when to kind of
all the stuff. Kandi's pussy must be somewhat good. Look, she's doing a lot of stuff business wise. She got tied. He married.
Well, that has nothing to do with the pussy and your businesses together.
But the thing is, she got a husband. Hello. He ain't complaining about it. They don't.
Listen, I'm gonna play devil's advocate as far as
Marlo. A husband. Sheree over there crying over a convent. Marlo ain't got.
Okay, so I could. You think Marlo can't dig up a man and if especially if you're a multi-millionaire?
Kandi got a man who's helping her for businesses. He's there with her kids.
All of us can listen. We can all date. I could pick up a guy on the street corner and kind of watch him up.
Street corner. She picked up a reputable guy.
Okay. I'm saying for me, I'm saying street corner because I'm saying that's a little bit below me. I'm not on the streets, and I'm not doing all that. So I'm saying Todd is still was below. He wasn't a multimillionaire.
Correct, but why are you talking about her pussy not good and all this other stuff? She's all
no, I don't agree with that, but I'm just saying to me, I think her point was you saying that like Todd, she got a man and Marlo don't. I'm just speaking for Marlo and saying that a lot of us can get a man and we can, clean up outside, and give him and put him together and give him some businesses.
But we can all do that. Hold on. Let me go on Todd now. People don't give Todd credit. Todd was not some riffraff off the street. He was in production. The man was making at least I'm assuming at least 6 figures. He was in production.
He was not on Kandi's level. He was not. He's a good man. He
wasn't. I know. Kandi's a millionaire. He wasn't a bum off the street. The guy was in production. He was producing movies. He has a condo. So I don't think he was like she picked a loser.
He has a condo now. He has a condo now.
He had vision. He had plans. Let's not forget, he's the one that helped Kandi with that restaurant. Old Lady Gang. If you watch the old episodes, he was the
her restaurant.
So he also helped build Kandi. If Kandi wasn't with Todd, I don't know if she would have had the restaurant.
I'm not knocking it. All I'm saying is that in respect to Marlo, maybe that's why she's dating billionaires and that's what she's looking for. But if she was looking for someone below her standards, she could go out on the streets and go find her Craig and them and go wash, get them together and bring them in her house too.
Yeah, but that's not the same as Todd.
It is the same as Todd. It is the same as Todd. It's the same as Todd in the sense that Kandi was a multi-millionaire. Todd is in production, but she was still here and he was there. It still wasn't. It's the same thing as Marlo. Marlo's not a multi-millionaire, but if she go a step below, that might be going out on the streets and going to get Craig and them. So, to me, her production is still like, I don't know if that would be somebody Marlo would go for.
And that's why she ain't got a man. But my thing is,
but she could. But a lot of people have these options. Just because Kandi honed in on that and took that as an option doesn't mean I want to. I may not want a guy in production, but I could go, like I said, I could go outside, clean up a dude because he's not. I could go clean him up, bring him into my house, and let him live with me and help and have him be my little runner, help me with my businesses when I'm out there on the streets doing stuff. You think he's not gonna help me, knowing that we in it together and I got the money to fund it? Yeah.
So you think that was what's his name? Todd.
I mean, I do think Todd is a good man, but what I'm saying is that she did date below, like he was a production guy. Yeah, that's not somebody
below her bracket. But my whole thing, she's like, oh, her pussy ain't good. That's what I got here. The pussy isn't good. That's why you had to date under your tax bracket.
Where's the lie?
She's saying the reason she's dating out of her tax bracket is because her pussy ain't good. What that got? Hold on.
I can't speak for that because I don't know. I don't listen. I'm just saying that Marlo, I just believe Marlo is hitting way, way, way below the belt. I agree, but I think that's more so out of anger. For whatever reason, I believe that was her way of comforting Sheree and making her feel better by going hard on Kenya and Kandi. So that's my thing. But like you said, I don't know what that has to do, but she did date below her tax bracket. That's not a lie.
No, I agree. She dated below her tax bracket.
I don't know about her pussy and stuff. I don't know about that part. Like, I probably, if I'm going low with somebody, if I'm going in on them, I might throw the pussy part in there. I'm just saying, I'm kind of like channeling Marlo. I might, like I said, if I know that you did me dirty, or I feel like I wouldn't feel like how Marlo feels, is not deserving of that kind of response. Like if she did something crazy, like, stole her man, she effing her husband or her man or something. If Kandi did something that dirty, then yes, then you come out with both barrels blazing. But that isn't a reason for it. So no, I don't agree with it. But I'm saying that what Marlo said is not like a lie. I don't know about the pussy part though. Like that I can't agree with.
Well, she
but
did
she probably
get
threw
out
that.
her bracket, but I'm just saying is if you're gonna be that negative about someone and talk about them being a hoe and all this stuff, maybe her being a hoe helped her. Look where she is now. Maybe part of the hoeing helped her get to where she's going. My whole thing is you're talking about somebody, talk about they used to be a hoe. What are you doing? You damn old white man.
That's right.
For clothes.
I agree.
If somebody say I'm a hoe, look, my pussy, I'm hoeing around to get businesses. I'm hoeing out. I did she was an escape. I mean, I heard stuff about Kandi. Now she was an escape. She had a record deal. She has businesses. So her whoring paid her off. What did Marlo's hoeing? You sleep with old white men.
Okay, that's true. I do agree with that.
For clothes. Materialistic stuff.
But like I said, the only thing that I can relate to with Marlo is her going into bitch mode when she feels like she needs to. I don't know. Like, to me, the Kandi just got to speak up. Like you said, there are things that you can go at Marlo about, but bring it. Like, if she could go at Marlo, like she said, she's dating old billionaires 20 years ago.
Wasn't that good? None of them wiped her up. I ain't see none of them billionaires marrying Marlo.
Yeah, that's true. And that's where Kandi needs to respond. Like I said, Marlo is bringing that fire. She's bringing the heat.
Yes,
she's coming with the barrels blazing. And that's why I say, like, I'm with Kenya and Marlo when it comes to, like, coming out swinging. Because they're going to come out swinging. You just got to know how to swing back. And this is time for Kandi to kind of, like, wake up and say what she got to say in response.
For me, you need to pick your battles. At this point of where Kandi is on the show, none of them could come for Kandi. They can't come for Kandi. They can't where Kandi is at career-wise, her relationship to be intact. She's a humble person. She's well known in Atlanta. You cannot come for Kandi.
You can't. I do think she's a successful businesswoman. I agree.
She was on her puss. Okay, well, a lot of them was on their puss. Now
I agree.
We're gonna talk about Kandi. I can see. You gotta be on that level to comfort these people.
Listen, Marlo is bringing it. She's bringing it. Listen, all I'm saying is substantiate your existence while you on this show. Don't be a Drew. Don't be like these. Don't be a Sanya. Say how you feel. And listen, let's go to battle. That's it. That's all I'm saying with Marlo. I feel Marlo in that sense. Like, listen, you just gotta fight fire with fire. Marlo is bringing that fire.
And I agree. And Marlo knows better not to say in front of Kandi, because as nice as Kandi is, she don't care. She would not say in Kandi's face. She had to take Sheree out of the room to say why you didn't say it right there in the room in front of everybody.
Because she's making, like I said, you're missing the point about her making Sheree feel good. That was the point of their whole bashing, was to make Sheree feel good. Sheree shouldn't have agreed with her.
So now you want to make Sheree feel good by bashing Kandi.
It was dumb against. It was.
You and Kandi have this whole social media going, but Marlo said something on social media saying, "Oh, you know, I'm bringing the drama because I'm going to keep everybody's check." So Marlo knows what she's doing.
That's what I'm saying.
Kandi's going to respond, and Kandi's been responding to what Marlo said. Marlo knows what she's doing because she said it, made a comment. I saw it somewhere on social media about her bringing this type of drama to keep everyone's check.
Yeah. And she should. As she should. I would do the same thing.
Exactly. And she knows who to go after because she knows Kandi's respond, which is what Kandi's been doing on social media, responding to Marlo. Kandi's not one you can say something and she keeps her mouth shut. So she knows I need to go after the two people that's going to go after me, and then this is where the battle's going to come.
And I respect her for not. Huh?
She was going to watch what happened live after.
Yes, I saw that.
See, she's still bringing it.
And that's what I say about, that's what I respect about Marlo, is that she's not afraid. She's not fizzling and being like submissive and letting you walk all over her. In an instant, she's like going to 100. And I respect that. Like I said, I wouldn't go that low, but I respect someone who's not afraid.
I like that you're afraid, but my whole thing is you're taking Sheree and talk about, because you know it's going to be on TV, but why you didn't say in front of Kandi's face? If you felt
I mean, it's the same thing though. She knows she know what she's doing. Like she know, like I said, she's not gonna say it in front of Kandi's face because she wanted to have a moment with Sheree. It's them against the rest of the ladies. So at that point,
reunion.
It's gonna come out at the reunion.
That's
it's gonna come out.
Building it up for the reunion.
Yeah. So hopefully, and remember when she was on Watch, when Marlo was on Watch What Happens Live, she didn't take any of that back when Andy was asking her about, like, does she feel bad about the things that she said, and then he went through a lot of the moments where she was like saying like way below the belt things, and she didn't take a lot of the stuff. Majority of the stuff she didn't take back.
She didn't take any back except for the stuff to Kenya about her mother.
Yeah, but another one she took back too. It was another one. I forgot what that was.
Oh, I don't remember. I thought that was the only one.
No, she did too.
Oh, and then she said when they asked who's the biggest hoe, she said Kenya.
Yeah.
So we talked about what she said about Kandi. Now with Kenya, I got the quote. Kenya is a video hoe. Went through all the rappers and didn't get a ring. Now she didn't tell no lie though. She didn't tell no lie.
She didn't tell a lie. Listen, Marlo, like I said, she brings it.
This part of Kenya, I agree with. This part of Kenya, I'm more like, she didn't tell no lie. Her and Kenya's right here. I can't say she's above Kenya. Kenya's not above her. You go to toe-to-toe of Kenya. But when you go to toe-to-toe of Kandi and where she is now, you need to be in that level to be going to toe-to-toe. Kandi's here, Marlo's there. You can't go to toe-to-toe with her. You can't. You don't have the money. You ain't got a man. You can't. What can she showcase?
I'm gonna go. Listen, there's things that you can't go about as she did. As you can see, she did. She said that her pussy's not good. She had the date below her tax. Those are things.
You're not sleeping with the girl.
Like I said again, she got with somebody she did not lie when she said she got with somebody below her tax bracket. We all can.
I agree. Maybe to me, she should have just left the whole conversation. That part about the tax bracket, I get it. But when I see people going after women, going after other women, and you're not even doing anything, you're not even on their level, for me, it's like you're being a hater.
Yeah, she's not.
Her and Kenya, I understand. You guys on the same level. You could go to toe-to-toe Kenya. I ain't doing nothing. You're both single. Yeah, so Kenya's business has a business. You think you got a business. Yeah, you guys could on the same level, but Kandi, come on. Certain people, like,
business-wise, she can't come for Kandi, business-wise. But I still respect Marlo for still having the guts to say whatever the fuck she needs to say, whether her pussy ain't good. Like I said, if it were me and I wasn't feeling somebody, I might make up some shit. I don't know, to make it like more legitimate. If I'm really that angry, like I said, that wasn't deserving of Marlo's anger.
That's why she's a hater.
I don't know if I wouldn't consider her a hater. I consider her just bringing that fire and not being afraid of what she got to say and what she feels. She's bringing it, and I commend her for saying what's on her mind and not being afraid like the rest of these chicks. Even with Kenya next episode, like I can tell, like even with the vibrating panties, and Kenya did not tell Kandi that she didn't. It's like they kind of tiptoeing around. Like if it was someone else, Kenya would have basically said, that's disgusting. I'm not wearing these panties, whatever. But she's tiptoeing around Kandi.
Because it's Kandi, she's not gonna say
exactly. They tiptoeing around each other. If that's your homegirl, why wouldn't you tell her, I'm not wearing these panties? I'm not wearing it. Everybody controlling my pussy. I'm not doing that. Like, period. But she did not tell her. The next episode, we gonna find out it's gonna be dragged out of her by Drew. But I commend Marlo for not being afraid and standing up for what she feels.
I like that Marlo's boisterous. Starts the drama and everything, but I just feel like there's certain people you just like, nah. Especially someone who helped you out. You see, there's a combination of stuff. Not only that, you knew Kandi before the show. You're part of, I don't know, you're dating her relative.
Mm-hmm.
She tried to help you. Kandi tried to help her get another job on another show. So why are you bashing someone who tried to help you? That's my whole thing.
Again, if you feeling angry, I'm not thinking about that. I don't know. Like I said,
Kandi didn't even do nothing to you. She did to Sheree. If anything, Sheree should be saying all this stuff.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. That's the only part I disagree with Marlo about. It was just not like that response was way too much for the scenario at hand. So she shouldn't have went that low. She shouldn't have. Like, I definitely can agree to that. She went way too low.
And here goes Sheree's dumbass facts.
Yeah.
Shut the hell up. You're stupid. Shut the hell up.
I would have never. That's what I'm saying. Let Marlo sink herself. I'm not getting on that boat. Like, I would have just let her speak and I would have just been listening. Like
you just came back. You don't even know if you're going to be in next season. You need your money to start your She by Sheree. Shut the hell up.
That's where I think Marlo was trying to comfort Sheree. And then I think in that moment, Sheree was being comforted. And it was like facts, like, because she was being comforted and Marlo was giving her that. So I just believe it was a kind of like
how is that
combined effort.
How that is comforting to Sheree. Like you bashing. I mean, maybe felt better they were hoes. I don't understand. I don't understand the logic.
Because when you feel like, I think that was Marlo's way of saying to her, like, don't be offended or don't be hurt by these bitches. One is a whore. The other one's dating below her tax bracket.
Both of them is a whore, you said. She said both of them were whores.
That's what I'm saying. But she was going in at different, like, specific things with each of them. So that's what I'm saying. I think that was her way of saying to Sheree and making her feel like uplift her. It was wrong. Like I said, you don't uplift her that kind of way. I'm not going that low. But I think that was her way of uplifting Sheree. And Sheree was being uplifted in that moment. And it was basically like, listen, girl, don't feel bad. Kandi didn't call you. You know, she's thinking about herself. She got other shit to worry about. She's dating a man below her tax bracket. She got to get him, you know, give him his money so he can have his other business. She got to do her other businesses. So she got a lot on her plate. Instead, she's saying with Kenya, she's a whore. Like you said, she basically said both of them are whores. So they got a lot of stuff going on. So I think in that sense, Marlo was uplifting Sheree, like, don't worry about these whores. You good, like you doing what you got to do. Don't worry about them.
Situation. If I was Sheree, what Marlo said would not uplift me. They're whores. Okay.
Well, she was being.
My whole thing was, I was trying to. Let's say I was in that situation. Let's say you and I were in that situation. I was upset with them. I would have been like, "Girl, don't even worry about Kandi because you know Tyler's probably cheating on her." Like I would say something that is like that. Like, you know, she give him nothing.
She said that in a sense. She did say that in a sense.
I would go to that extent, but to carry on, but you're a whore yourself. Like, hello.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She is, but in that moment, I think she was heated and she just came out with both barrels blazing. Now these bitches gotta just get up to her level. They gotta get up. Well, and fight fire.
Annihilate her. Like Kandi will tear her up another ass.
And Marlo is not afraid of it, and that's why she's bringing that heat.
I don't think Candy's afraid of it, but Kandi, every time she starts talking, she gets all emotional, voice starts cracking. I think it's due to the anger or whatever.
And that's the type of person you would want to get into a fight with. You want to, because you got to stand. Marlo gonna stand strong. I just love the part about Marlo. Like I said, yeah, Marlo don't have those business savviness, and she's not as successful as Kandi. But I just like that she is not afraid, and that she's not tiptoeing around like these other bitches are. Like you confronting a situation, whether it's within reason. I think it's not within reason. Like I said, Marlo is like kind of like bringing a gun to a knife fight. Like you can't, like, you gotta just bring equal. She going way too far with it, but I gotta respect the fact that she's unafraid.
But Marlo also has to do it to solidify her position.
That too.
She gotta teach. She gotta bring it. But
look at Sanya. Look at all of these other chicks on there they're not even smart enough or business savvy enough to bring that heat to substantiate their existence. They are firing people left and right on Bravo. Companies, not even just Bravo, companies in general are trying to figure out ways on how to save money and let people go that's not needed. These are times where you have to kind of like substantiate yourself. And when you too afraid and you being all like submissive and introverted, that ain't gonna keep the money train going. The money train is going to come to a halting stop if you keep doing it like that. Marlo's being smart about it, and she going for the big cheese.
Yeah, she going right after Ken because she know that's gonna bring drama. So when you and then again we're going deeper into this, she might not care about friendship. Like let's say we on a show like this. I don't care about being friends with Kandi. I'm trying to worry about my check with Bravo. And I know that in order to keep my spot and keep this show entertaining is to stir up drama. Because the thing is, if everybody was getting along, we wouldn't even be talking about this show.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's if Marlo did not end the scene the way that she did that episode, it'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
So she left off a bang, like bang. Like, oh, that's what everybody talk about. Everybody forgot everything else that happened on that season. I mean, that let's talk about Marlo. So she's at a point where she's like, look, I need to bring it. Like she said, I need to keep the checks coming, and I need to make sure I'm here next season. And they don't feel like they made the wrong decision giving me a peach. So she got 2 boys that she's raising. She's trying to build her new house. She needs to get a check. So at this point, I need to go after Kandi because I know that's gonna keep the drama going, and I need to go after Kenya. She's not worried about going after Drew because Drew's wishy-washy. Sanya's new, and she needs to have some alliance.
They're not on Marlo's level. Marlo will annihilate them. I'm not going after these little people who's too scared, don't even know how to articulate themselves to come fight. Like I'm gonna go after the big cheeses to let them know you gotta work for your check. I'm gonna make you work.
And she knows she needs an alliance, so she's gonna use Sheree. Sheree's a ditzy head who's gonna probably take Marlo's side because now Marlo probably had all these things planned out. Now she did all the stuff for Sheree, telling Sheree, "Oh, you're so beautiful," all this stuff. So Sheree now has a loyalty to Marlo.
Yeah.
When it comes to the whole argument, most likely Sheree is probably gonna side with Marlo. So she needs to be an alliance because now Kandi's gonna be against her.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna be against her. Sanya is not really feeling her. Drew's a ditzy head. So she needs Sheree to be on her side. And Sheree could Sheree could come at it too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think at this point, them two teaming up against the other two will make great television. And they all have a check. Now
that's what I'm saying. And that's that Aquarius vibe because we about that business, okay? So I respect what Marlo's doing. Get that check, girl. And is she real friends with Kandi? Were they even really friends? Then they have a bumpy road.
Yeah, they did. So and she might not care. She may not care. Like whatever. I don't care if people don't like me about
And
Kandi.
the house that she living in, it's like a condo. It looked like an attached townhouse or something. Yeah,
she's building a new house. So she needs a check. So she knows I need to start drama. And this is the beginning of it. This is the beginning. Even with the whole thing of Kandi, with Kenya not coming, she's dragging it. She could be like, well, she didn't come, whatever, let it go. But she's just like, oh, she didn't come. She's like, oh, she didn't come to the event I'm having for Sheree. She kept going at it because now she's like, oh, putting the battery in Sheree's back. So when they team up, they're going to go against Kandi and Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see how this is going to go because I don't see Kandi backing down. Good for Kandi. Now she needs something to spice her up too.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
She's born as hell.
And that's why Marlo is where she needs to be. And I hope like she stays because she's bringing that interest, that integral part to the cast.
I agree. But again, this is now they've seen that scene. So on the other episodes, they don't know what Marlo said unless Sheree does the bone collecting and goes tells Kandi and Kenya what Marlo said, which I doubt. So now, because the episode aired, Kandi is coming out saying something. I haven't heard Kenya say anything. But again, they don't know she's made those comments. Now, they may tackle this on the reunion.
I think they know now, though. They know
now
today.
They know, but they didn't know
during the show.
So now with the reunion, I think it's going to be really juicy because Andy's Cohen is real shady.
Yeah.
Say that episode and be like, oh, what did you ladies think about her saying you out?
Mm-hmm.
You saw it on what happened, what Watch What Happened Live when he asked which was the big hole. He's like, Kenya, definitely Kenya. I'm like, oh.
Wait, what did she ask her?
Andy asked Marlo which was the bigger hole, Kandi or Kenya. And Marlo said Kenya.
Oh, she did. Okay. I do slightly remember that. Yeah.
He said Kenya, and I was like, oh, Lord, she's trying to keep this feud going between Kenya and her.
Well, Kenya probably is the one that she's not on good terms with. I'm sure there's something salvageable with Kandi. Kenya, it looks like that's really like a wrap.
It's a wrap, but I think even though her and Kandi made up that scene now, Kandi's like, hold up now. I didn't know that happened. Because sometimes a lot of these people, they make up. Like, oh, because the episode, the season ended, they kind of like resolved it. But then when you're watching the show, you're like, wait a minute, she said that about me?
Yeah.
Hell no, forget it. This whole we trying to be friends is done. Because now
I think that's what happened.
All the stuff. So I think now it's like we surfaced.
Yeah, I think so too. I think a lot of times, like you said, they don't know what goes on behind closed doors in the confessionals and stuff. And now they kind of getting what's going on. Yeah.
And then Kandi's probably like, well, this is exactly why I don't be calling that bitch Sheree. Look at her facts.
Yeah, I know.
So Kandi's probably like, this is exactly why I didn't trust her. I never trusted you. Look at you. You didn't say nothing. Like, if I was there and I was like, oh, Sheree, I don't know if even laughing would have probably been like, all right, girl, you're doing too much. Say something. But facts, I'm like, Sheree just threw herself around.
I think in that moment, like I said, I think they was trying to uplift and Marlo was trying to uplift Sheree and make her feel better about Sheree's second strike. And then Kenya not showing up for her and pretending to be sick. So I think in that moment, she was trying to make Sheree feel good. So Sheree just kind of got caught in the moment. She got caught up in the moment.
I don't know if she got caught up in the, maybe she did. Maybe that made her feel better. But at this point, I just want to see how this is all going to unravel.
Yes. And then the last scene was Drew sashaying into the Airbnb for the dinner.
I was like, Drew trying to make a scene. Like, girl, please, you know you're coming. I'm not going to come. Now all of a sudden you waltzing in there like, girl, bye.
That's getting that check. She's trying to keep that Bravo check because I'll be damned if I go to a party that you uninvited me to, then invited me to, and think we supposed to have a discussion in the corner about why you uninvited me. So this is Drew. Hopefully she's gonna stand her ground. It looks like the next episode is where they're going to be at the table, and then she kind of going to throw Kenya into the mix about confronting Kandi about the vibrating panties.
Oh, let's see if she does double down on that or if Marlo says anything. But Drew coming in there, I'm like, please. I would have been like, whatever. Because you say you're not coming. She knew damn well she was coming. She wanted to make a scene and surprise everybody. Because I was like, it didn't give me that, wow, like, oh, Drew was there. It was just like, okay. So I'm just going to see what happens next episode. But Drew again, But I want to see her and Sanya because they both seem wishy-washy to me. So I'm kind of seeing how they go at each other. But it seems like Sanya's mother has her back more than she has her own back.
Yeah. It seemed like the mother's gonna chime in like Miss Joyce, what's her name? Mama Joyce?
Mama Joyce.
It seemed like she gonna chime into and having Kandi's back or just screaming out. Because I believe that Mama Joyce does even say stuff that kind of throws Kandi under the bus. So I do feel like Mama Joyce does have more of an objective opinion. Yes, so I do kind of like, yeah, but I'm sure Mama Joyce would be like, my daughter ain't a hoe. Now, speaking of Todd, that's a whole nother subject. He is below her tax bracket. So I feel like she would say something like that. Yeah. So, but we're not going to get to that until the reunion where it's like really divulged. Yeah.
So we got to wait to see what happens next episode.
Yes, I think it's going to be about the vibrating panties and confronting Kenya. And then I think Drew too walking in. But I don't, like you said, I don't think nothing's going to happen from that. Nobody's going to give a damn.
No, it looks like there's more stuff. Because I was watching some when Marlo talks about Kenya's wig.
Oh, yes. And that's why I love some Marlo. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
She's
I like
not
Marlo.
afraid. And that's why you have to say what you got to say to have these bitches retreating. Kenya does not want to talk about the wig and her fake ass. She does not want to talk about that. So that's why you got to drag it out. Like, don't come at me. Don't even say nothing remotely out of line.
Correct.
So I don't know
what the hell Kenya's happened to her this season. Her checks might not be coming in because them wigs are terrible.
Yeah, I know.
Or she's probably advertising. Maybe she got somebody paying her money to wear their wigs. I don't know.
That's terrible advertisements. Like if she is getting paid for those wigs, that's terrible. That is, oh no. But yeah, maybe who knows what the backstory is to these wigs. But I don't know why she's wearing them. At least get a nice lace front that like clip-ins. Like I would never. Like she has hair. Like throw a hat on. You don't need to throw them synthetic wigs on.
She don't need nothing. She could just put all her hair in one. Or good wigs. She can wear any good wigs. They all have wigs on the show.
That's what I'm saying.
Put up this season when she got the baby hair and everything's
Yeah, we need to find out why she's wearing these synthetic looking wigs.
And she used to wear wigs before, like the other seasons. Her hair always looked nice. So I don't know what's going on. I think she's probably, like I said, she's probably into business with someone, or they paying her to kind of like promote the wigs.
Somebody need to tell her. One of her friends need to tell her something.
Well, Marlo gonna tell her.
Yes. We're gonna be back on to talk about the upcoming episode this Sunday, which we're gonna show right now.
You are too much. I grew up on hand-me-downs.
When I grew up in those homes, we had a garbage bag full of clothes, used toys, and I'm not doing that to my glammed up girls.
The message is wrong to put worth in clothes.
I got picked on every day, Kenya, because of my Goodwill clothes.
Who didn't get picked on? Who didn't get picked on at school? Don't vilify somebody because the giving part of what they're doing is not good enough for you. The same thing that you did with Sheree and the party, and you turned that around on me some kind of way.
But what I was worried about you being there.
That's not being a friend to accuse me of lying about being sick because I had makeup on my face.
I just feel sometimes you need to show up and show out. It's all about
what you need to do is stop trying to vilify me and trying to turn people against me. That's not being a friend.
I'm a country Southern girl. I want friends. I want to come over there and lay on the bed.
Pretends to be somebody's friend and you're not. You can't tell me that you want to be my friend,
because
Marlo.
I don't kiss
your
your
ass.
ass.
You talk about me behind my back.
You just said you were sick today.
It's not landing,
Did you
baby.
need mess?
Your
No, it's
comprehension
landing.
is very off.
No, that wig is very off.
Yes, because I'm trying to get here. It's a mess. It is a goddamn mess.
That damn wig. I don't know what the hell is wrong with Kenya. You have a head full of hair. You promote your hair care, and you coming in with this damn wig look like you selling Mary Kay. Hello, I got a sale today.
Don't try to be my friend and talk about me.
That was amazing.
You did well, you spoke well.
Thanks to my team, we did that.
So I'm proud.
All right, so here, let me put this stuff in the car.
You did good, I'm proud of you.
Hang on, I'm getting a call. What's up, Diva? Hey, baby. What are you doing?
I'm over here working out.
You over there dropping it with Drew? Look, keep that body amazing so they can continue to hate, girl.
I know, that's why I'm trying to check in and find out, like, what did I miss? Did I miss something? What happened?
Girl, you missed a whole damn lot. When I get there, I'm shocked that Kenya is there. Like, how you're here now, but you didn't come yesterday to support a friend.
Yeah, exactly.
But while I'm talking to Kenya, girl, Sanya is taking up for her.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, she's betting on the wrong team. Like, I mean, you have to get to know everybody, but I don't think you have to, like, go against the people you've been friends with.
Absolutely.
I really want to be friends with Sanya, but after yesterday, I feel like I saw a different side of her, you know, that I'm not liking and I'm second guessing, I'm side-eyeing it. I thought she was better than that, you know, and I'm really disappointed.
Drew, I will say, though, your ass was making faces at that girl.
Drew actually ends up showing up. Womp, womp, womp. Showed up after the cooking was done, by the way. Yeah. I was like, Oh, here we go, you know?
She would not allow Sam to talk.
Oh, yes.
This girl had the nerve to say I was clout chasing. I said, girl, I am a 4-time Olympic gold medalist. I am the clout.
Gunshot
Yeah.
fire.
I am the
Gunshot
clout.
fire. Yeah.
I don't know why Jamaicans do that, but we pull out the Glock and we bop, 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 lick 2 shots. So when my dad goes bop, 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 it's because he felt like I shut it down.
It's not even like she was Melanie on the game. You know what I mean?
I never even saw her on the game. Did you?
Relax. I don't know what the game is.
Exactly.
What is the game?
That wraps up our recap of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Thank you for watching. Like I always say, the watching, we got to get on point with the subscribers and the watching, but we appreciate the views, the comments, the engagement. Thank you so much. Give us some more likes, some more comments, and some subscribers.
Yes.
That's what we're looking for. We need more of that. Subscribers.
So you are consistent with posting.
Yes.
Bye.